Let's go. Y'all can't hear me, right?
Yeah, you know what? So far, so good.
Yeah,
Flawless intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are Four Nerds, and as you can see, we got a special guest this week. Dave Pena, what's good, man?
What's happening? I was rocking out to your intro music there.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
Good stuff, man. I love it. Yeah.
The
What's
intro
up?
is fire.
That was some nice stock music that we found.
Yeah.
Actually, Dawson made that himself.
No, stock music.
In the studio.
Yeah, rock it out. Four Nerds
Multi-talented.
fucking awesome this week. Yeah.
It's the same music that I used to make the Shave Your Balls video.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean this one?
I want to shave my...
Wow.
The score at the end is like so perfect.
All my younger brother's idea. Got to give him the credit.
So before we move any further, we're going to jump into the comments real quick, see who's all here. Ray Ray's Collection was first. Let's go. Hope you boys...
Ray, let's go.
Yes. Jesse Allen, let's go. Fear Jason, what's good? Jesse Allen again. Patrick.
You said that's so annoyed. Like, dude, you're here again.
Man, what are you talking for? One at a
Alex,
time.
what's good? McLovin, what's good? Borg Life said, let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Alec Lobo again. Everybody's gonna leave. They're like, "Fuck, ACS doesn't like our comments and shit."
Sure, I'm out of here.
Yeah, for real. Jesse Allen was good. Geek Studios was popping. Jesse Allen.
Up?
Why are you whispering? Yeah, no, it's
kind of creepy, dude. I'm dead.
What's good?
So
407 Piper was good.
Oh, gosh, man.
that's getting creepy.
Yeah, like I'm in an exorcism or something.
I was enjoying it.
Hey,
Chill. Continue, if you will.
Keep Dave happy.
What's going on, guys? So Dave, man, how's life treating you?
It's good, and I apologize. My Four Nerds shirt is still in the mail, I think. I feel like
It's on the way.
it's on the way. Yeah.
I feel you. I'm a member, and I only got mine yesterday. So
there you go.
I feel you there.
Tell the story. Because Dave and I live in California, so he sent me the shirt, and apparently mine got here first.
Yes, Brian's got there second. He lives in Texas. Dawson literally lives the closest to me. Shirt got there yesterday and shit.
Yeah.
Where are you making the shirts at? Is it Teespring or something?
No, my wife made these shirts.
Oh, okay.
She's got like a cricket and does a whole bunch of shit.
Like Jiminy?
Okay, Dawson.
He's out. He's out.
Oh, here we go. Disney humor.
Disney.
I just had to.
Everybody knows his age. He's not 24. He's
Oh
actually
my
49.
God.
Here we go.
Yo.
Oh man.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're back. Dawson's gone, so he got fired. So
That's my resignation from Four Nerds. So, oh my goodness. So I do have to ask Dave. Every time I come into your show or I watch your show, I see this BVS signal thing there with the light. I know you've probably said it before, but where did you get that, and where can I get one for myself?
I got it on Amazon, and you know what's funny? I don't know why I had this feeling that somebody might ask about that, and I just looked, and they're not currently in stock on Amazon. But as soon as they are, I'll post about it because I know a lot of people ask about this.
I got one. Mine's a little Autobot.
Nobody cares.
I don't have a. Oh yeah, here we go.
Bayformers.
Bayformers? Oh my God.
That's good.
No, it's not the Bayformers. They suck.
But you have the Michael
Not the
Keaton,
first one. First one was good.
Yeah, first one was
I
good.
don't know.
Oh, Scott.
Man, 1986. The 1986 animated movie is the
it's
only one I
fucking-
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
And I'll give
That's
props to the beginning of Bumblebee too. But after that, I was like, all right.
Well, the beginning of Bumblebee actually wasn't part of the movie. That was all the director.
Yeah.
The lady that wrote the film, that wasn't a part of her treatment. That wasn't part of her script.
Well, geez.
So yeah, that was all.
That's
what's
part
her
of the
name?
What
movie.
is this? Like all these
Hudson?
robots fighting each other? It's like, that's
not Transformers.
Yeah,
That was the
No.
best part of the movie.
It was.
I was like, oh, dude, when they were fighting each other, I was like, dude, this is how they should have looked from day one. Like, this is bad.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Nope, they don't.
All right, that's gone. Okay.
Why you do that on me, not on Ryan earlier, is beyond me.
Why are you pointing at Dawson when he's talking about me?
Yeah.
No, there we go.
Dude.
Transformers movie 1986 is fine.
Learn your.
That's all you get it out there. Hit me with the.
Oh yeah, Judd Nelson, baby.
Yes. Oh yes.
Oh my goodness.
First time tuning in for Sugar on the Sky. Appreciate that.
But the problem with the Bayformers and all that crap is they were like, we need a human family because so the general audience can like have somebody
always
to
the story.
Kind of always, yeah. I'm like, no, you don't. Give me the big ass robots. Do it on Cybertron. I mean, can we not enjoy animated movies? I mean, hell, that would be an animated film.
That was my complaint with Bumblebee. Everybody was praising it like crazy, and I was like, "Yeah, the beginning was great. Then it just turned into E.T. or something."
E.T. There you go.
That is how good that opening scene was. Like at the end of the movie, that's all I thought about was I was like, "Dude, I want to see more of that."
I mean, I don't mind some Haley Steinfeld, but geez, man,
dude, he's too.
I mean, and the stupid gimmick of him using his radio to talk. Oh my god! Like, no, I'm done. That should have been one movie and done. One and done. Like, hey, isn't this an interesting idea? Okay, we're finished with that. And then he has like some British accent at the end. He's like,
voice is horrible. I like your name. I was like, oh, that's his voice. God, man.
It would not have shocked me if all of a sudden he was like, Elliot.
Yeah, right. Glowing finger. Yeah.
But then for the rest of the movies, he never talked. It was just the radio again, and they never brought that up. Like, oh, I guess he didn't fix you. What happened?
So Ratchet's not a good mechanic.
I remember when I saw what was the last Transformers, the last Bay Transformers. What was it? Last night. Was it last night or something?
Yeah.
I remember getting home from watching that and taking a nap because I was exhausted. Like it exhausted me. I mean,
the
terrible dialogue.
He's in his own movie. He's like, so anyway, what's going on there, Bumblebee, Optimus? It's just like, dude, he's always exhausted in his movies. He sounds like
he's always exhausted or he sounds confused.
Dazed and confused.
No.
What up, sickness? All right, so Dave, man, and the rest of my four nerds. Some news dropped yesterday about 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm sure all of us have talked about it on various
Wonder Woman 1854.
No idea what you're talking about.
Wonder Woman 1854.
Oh no!
Save the mannequin.
You have a drop of that horrible. Okay, those kids have brain damage now. I'm sorry.
Look,
they're not kids.
They're mannequins. Look at that.
In fact,
examine it that much.
It would have made the movie much better if that was like a trick from Maxwell Lord and she said mannequins instead. That would have made it better, actually.
Yeah, totally.
I misunderstood.
That was so bad. I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, it would have been better if she just would have grabbed the kids and then like just skidded and destroyed the ground
but no.
Yeah.
And why are they playing in the street anyways? Do they not? Do the parents not see the freaking truck coming down the road?
But not only that, she lassoed a rocket and then blew it up like right next to the damn place. And they were like, "Get the ball!" And I'm
like, "Hey, kids, be careful."
Yeah. Hey, look both ways.
Terrible.
It's like whatever.
It's just a terrible way to end that sequence. I mean, the sequence is not that bad.
Jeff Johnson's like, cut, wrap, print.
I got it, guys. I got it.
Yeah, like the only other bad part about that shot is the first like really close up shot of Gal Gadot running. Some obvious green screening there. But like up until that part of her saving the kids, like it was pretty interesting. It wasn't bad.
The scene wasn't too bad. No.
Yeah, the scene wasn't too bad. But yeah, the running scene, it just looked like she was on a treadmill in front of a green screen, and then that scene with the dolls, it was like, oh.
Well, don't you know it's a cosmic treadmill?
When she started rolling, I was like, those aren't real kids. All right.
But I was just like thinking, I'm like, they are going to have issues, like psychological issues, like damaging to the brain.
Even the kid that was dangling over the balcony in the mall, like, what the hell? Patty Jenkins doesn't like kids.
She's probably like voicing her frustrations in her own kids.
Like, we got it.
The list goes on about
breaking news. Those kids were Patty Jenkins' kids, and she was punishing them on set.
Maxwell Lord's kid comes out of the damn forest for some reason where all the homeless people are.
That was a little. He was placed,
like,
conveniently placed. Yeah,
Dad, like, what are you doing with the rubber in your ear? I don't know. Alistair.
He kept yelling his name, Alistair, and then
Grogu.
Goku. I mean, honestly, the whole mall scene. I actually do kind of wish that was just a deleted scene that we could watch later and be like, oh, that was pretty cool. But I can see why they got rid of it because it kind of makes sense why it was in the movie. It's kind of like whatever.
To go into that after that Amazon thing, I thought the Amazon scene was great. And then all of a sudden it just shifts over to like, okay, now you're rescuing people randomly, and then the mall scene. It was a bit jarring.
Like the greatest American hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Somebody's on it right now. Edit that music right on top of it.
We're gonna have a clip before the end of the show.
There it is.
And she kicks the car. The car has no damage. It just like slides on
ridiculous.
And the whole scene itself and the robbers were just ridiculous. I mean, look, if those were the robbers that Maxwell Lord hired, it's like the five of us have a better chance of getting that stone than them. They're like bumbling the gun around and then
dropping the gun.
Yeah, it was just like, what's happening right now? And the guys,
I'm not going back.
The the drum. Like,
that was the worst line out of it all.
I'm not going back.
So I'm gonna kid's gonna help me stay out.
Kid,
yeah. It's like, I mean, the logic behind that is what cops are gonna show up and they're gonna go, okay, just put the kid down and you can go.
Yes, we won't arrest you ever.
Go, run.
Yeah. Don't hurt the kid. Yeah.
Shots fired.
Anyways, we were talking about news that happened this week.
Yes.
We took a little
we got Dave's take on Wonder Woman 84.
Wonder Woman Forever. Yeah, whatever. So here's this. Ray Fisher's tweet. Not gonna read it again. Read it on it said Twitter.
I know. I read it last night. It was like, whew, man.
Yeah, I read it on my show yesterday. So basically, not gonna go back into that again. But
can't read that anyway. It's too small.
It's too small. Yeah. I had the same problem last night. I had to have Jarbo read it.
Yeah, you did.
Well, he has a good speaking voice.
He's a good speaking
voice.
There you go. Is that better? Is that fucking better for you, Ron?
Thank you. I can read it now.
No,
though I've read it like 3 or 4 times. Oh, hey, look, I like that photo right next to it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I know, that was actually pretty funny. I saw that you're floating that around. That's pretty good. I mean, it's deranged the shit, but you know, whatever.
It's deranged. He made it in the morning. He woke up to that.
I woke up. I woke up. I was like, I need to make a clown
axe with an axe behind it.
Yeah, it was just like, oh man.
Oof.
So, Dave, man, what are your thoughts on Ray releasing this perfectly put together in like time statement?
Well, I mean, it was going to happen. I mean, anytime that he tweets something out, he always says like, you know, there'll be further things coming along.
Yeah,
we knew it was going to happen, and it just seems like after everything that, you know, all the articles that come out that talk about Hamada and talk about how he got promoted and all that stuff, you knew like it was he's. See, the thing about Ray, what I like, is the fact that it's not just him just doing it. I mean, he's referring to his legal team. He's not just going, hey, should I just like, you know, tweet out right now? It's like, no, it's all timing, it seems like, and they're all figuring out.
Strategic, yeah.
Yeah, they'll tell him like, no, now is not the time to tweet anything right now. So he did this right now, and it just seems to me like, okay, some of that remedial action, some more of that is going to be coming down the hill here. So
well, it seems like kind of an exchange, you know, like when he said, I'm not going to work with Hamada anymore on any projects.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hamada's like, oh, hey, I got 2 more years. And then Ray comes out with this, and then they're probably behind the scenes like scatterbrain. Like, what do we do? How do we respond? How do we spend this? You know, and yeah, I mean, so we're gonna hear something at some point. I just want to know like how moronic it's gonna sound.
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw THR and Variety put out their articles at the exact same time at 5 a.m. on the dot. They were like,
that's coordinated. Yeah,
it was they scheduled it and left
keys.
It.
They were on a Zoom call. You ready? Yeah.
Zoom.
On a Zoom, yeah.
They're probably on a Zoom. But
hey, what y'all think about Wonder Woman 84? Yeah, me too. Click.
No, but like the whole thing about like bringing attention to the Flash. I mean, I've been saying it for a while now. It's like, you know, when it came to the Flash, there's so many. I don't know how many scripts are out there. I've been told that there's probably about up to 5 scripts, which makes sense with all the different directors and
the
everything.
Same league as the New Gods.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Well, no. The New Gods has Ava DuVernay like rewriting. She's on her 4th draft or whatever. Yeah. And I'm hoping that she's going to go 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th, and we'll never see it.
We're not gonna. Yeah, I think dead.
But with this one, it has exchanged hands, and I think that they made 2 different scripts, just from the Muschietis, one with him, one without. Yeah, and they're like, we have them both just in case something happens. We're ready. We're prepared for either either eventuality. And but Dawson had a pretty interesting thought earlier in another stream, is that he's like, do you think they're actually going to make the Flash movie at all?
That is interesting, because I think I talked about it a little bit yesterday. Is like, now that this is all coming to light, I would not be surprised if Ezra Miller starts voicing something. I know he's not really big on social media, but him and Ray became besties in Justice League, and he's not gonna. If this is gonna be the case, he's gonna walk. He's gonna end up walking, or maybe try to use his WB power, which he has some because he's in another franchise, to maybe help it along. Ben Affleck is gonna have to do something too. I mean, this whole movie. I mean, I even said, I was like, the Flash movie's boned. Like, you can't. There's nothing. They can't just
already got negative press, and they haven't even started filming.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what boggles my mind about the decision to take him out of the film. And obviously, he said, "Look, I'm not going to do any films with." I mean, fucking. Hey, that's a good comment right there. But he's not going to do any films with Hamada. But I mean, to me. If you're Warner Brothers, you have to make this work somehow, some way. But they didn't want to. They said, no, you know what? That's what he wants. Then let's give him what he wants. Get him out of the movie. I mean, and I'm sure the order came down from, it could have been from Hamada himself saying, hey, I want him out. He doesn't want to be a part of a movie with me, then get him out.
Yeah.
And it's a bad luck. It's a bad luck.
Yeah, it's bad optics all around.
Yeah.
For
and
everything.
So, like Dawson said before the show is over with, we shall have a clip.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Yes! Dude, where did you get that? God, I love it. Who did that?
I made it.
Oh, dude. That's perfect. Awesome. That is so awesome.
I saw that part of the scene and I was like, yes, the spinning guy.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Yes, I love that. Oh my god, that's got to be in every show. That's so funny.
It's a new regular.
Oh hey, what was that other comment? I didn't read that. Oh
hey man, glad that you're here. Why are you not replacing
that guy?
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for.
She's actually our newest member. But
yeah, she couldn't make it. She had to work. So I'm here.
He called her work her job.
I thought they replaced you.
Yeah. I'm like, hello, Meg. I'm your boss. You just got scheduled.
You're gonna work a double.
That was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
Why does my boss sound like a mob boss?
Yeah, for real.
I need you to do me a favor, and I need you to come in late tomorrow.
Is that
stay late?
Is that supposed to be? What is that? Like that accent you just did?
Hey, mob boss, I don't know.
It sounded a little.
You to come into the store.
Yo,
I got a fever, please. Come on.
And the only cure is more cowbell.
Is it true? Yeah. Is it true you're actually
You're terminated.
Yo,
I just have to say, Dave, that you're actually not this hat that you're wearing now, but you're actually wearing a hat that I had in my hands. I was about to buy.
Oh, you get it.
Oh no.
he was.
Oh my god, I was holding.
Were you really?
Yes, we were all in the store, and I was
one in
holding
Michigan when we went to
that particular hat that he has. I was like $25. Nah.
Now you wish you would have got it though,
I
right?
didn't buy it, dude. So, and then like a week or two later, Meg buys it for him and sends it over. And I was like, "That's my hat."
It's the same exact one. She's like,
she sends me a picture, and I was like, "Can you get that for me?" I need that. I don't care how much it is. Yes.
That was the same hat. That was the same hat.
Around the store with it because I was like,
there it is. Also,
it's the exact.
I have your
same
fingerprints.
physical.
I have your fingerprints on my head. Wow.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Now he can frame you for whatever he wants.
Exactly. Oh man, now I can use
get
evil
paid.
stuff. Yeah.
You walked around with it like
He's gonna break into Warner Brothers and frame Ryan for
walking around with the hat like
it wasn't me. I was
Meg staring at him like, "Are you gonna buy it or what?" Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I was
But
like,
no,
"Sit down."
The evil laugh. My homegirl with the evil laugh about the hat.
Well, I'm just glad she didn't get the Gene Hackman doll. It's secure in a safe at Enosh's house.
Yeah,
So-
you know,
It's in a safe within a safe within a safe. A safe. I don't know why. I had no idea what that was.
I can only imagine what that room is like. I mean, it's just like
Yeah,
a utopia. Just does it literally like like that?
Yeah,
There's literally an aura that comes from the room. It glows.
Within 2 minutes, Anthony, Dawson, myself, we're all walking around with our phones, videotaping the whole room.
Yeah.
A museum.
It is.
Oh, a theme park.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's that.
We
grand
would have
in there.
lost Nickatina in there. That's how much stuff.
I'd still be there now. I'm in the A-Wing, help!
Like tons of toys that we all had as kids, but also tons of toys we didn't even know existed, and then we were
Yeah.
like, "Holy
Yeah.
crap! How did I not know about this?" Oh man, it was
That's
Insane.
crazy, man. That's crazy.
That's
So,
But no, I mean, the whole Ray Fisher thing. I mean, I hope it gets resolved. Sooner rather than later. But I mean, at this point, it just seems like it's one thing after another. And what's this?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a new
That's
article that just
Avery.
came out.
that's
Yeah.
Somebody else is
accountability
talking
over
about
everything.
Warner Media cruelty and discrimination, and now Ray's like, see,
see?
Yeah.
like,
But here's the thing.
aha.
I mean, in my opinion, the Muschietis have to come out and say something.
you know what? I mean, I've been saying this too. Is like from what I've heard, from a couple few places, is they're in his corner. So don't think like that's why when everybody's talking about boycotting the Flash movie, I'm actually gonna record a video after this talking about showing support and blah blah blah. And I mean, of course, there's always going to be two sides of the coin when it comes to whether people support it or not. And I get both sides, but we got to remember this movie there's not one piece of film that's been filmed from it. Not one strip of film.
Yeah.
Still a long
So
way
this
out.
needs to get resolved before that happens because of everybody involved and how big this movie. I mean, this movie's supposed to be pretty damn big. I mean, let's face it.
Michael
Michael
Keaton,
Keaton?
Batman, and Batfleck
Yes.
on the same screen.
Exactly. So
I
there's
mean-
so much writing on it.
Essentially, I mean,
mean-
this film is going to go up against Spider-Man 3 in terms of like having multiple characters, a multiverse, and all that. So yeah, I mean, they have to kind of figure this out before they start filming it, which is, I think it's supposed to film in April. I want to say,
Yes,
In
April,
UK,
I think, is
something
our
like that,
target
yeah.
date.
yeah, and it's already got a lot of negative press attached to it. And some would argue that Ray had it coming, but I don't believe in that because I think what WB did was the wrong choice in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in most sane people's opinion, yeah, they
Yes,
royally
sure.
messed up.
Well, I mean, it's not just WB. It's like I've been saying, it's AT&T. That's the umbrella company. That's the one who owns DC Films and Warner Brothers and
That's why I have
Warner
for
Media and all
Summer,
that. So I mean, all this is happening. They need to get their house in order. They need to clean house. They need to go through and say, hey, you know what? We're not, because I mean, two different people in the same position. DC Films president. So you had Jeff Johns, who was a co-president. You have Walter Hamada, which is a president, and both of them are essentially cock blocking Ray from justice. I mean, that's I'm sorry. It's like one of them said, yeah, I'm not going to do anything about it. Go back.
Somebody put that on a T-shirt. Cock blocking from justice. I like that. Yeah.
I can't guarantee that one.
I know. I don't know if that would
No,
sell
Ryan,
too much.
it's yours. You do
He's
it.
gonna put
Next
on
spring,
spring.
next spring, let's go.
with the doomsday hand.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh
Nice.
man, the evil villain cock blocker. Yeah.
But yeah, and I mean, so they're already, they have an uphill battle for press. The Muschietis really didn't do anything to, in this.
No.
And I would think that Ray would be like, don't do anything against Ezra or Ben or Michael Keaton or, the Muschietis or, these other people. It's not their fault. It's the fault of Walter Hamada, and Toby Mamrick and then also Jason Kilar. And, and many more, I'm sure. Those just the ones that I rattle off because they're the ones that are, I would assume, the most important decision makers in the whole group. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to to put what is it? Not a booty call. It's what do you call
booty call?
no. You
Get dirty.
you don't want to
Cock
cock
blocks,
block.
booty calls.
A booty call, cock block. No, you don't want to boycott the Flash movie because of Walter Hamada. Because if you're going to boycott because of Walter Hamada, then you need to boycott the Batman film coming up. You need to boycott the Suicide Squad movie coming up, because those are all, those all have his money tied to
have his name on them. Yeah. Right. Yeah, there's, and that's one of the things I'll probably talk about later. Is just you got all these creative people, these artists, like Matt Reeves, he's making a Batman movie, but yet, it's gonna have Hamada's name on it, and I know there's people that are just like, I'm flat out just not going to support this, but hopefully it gets resolved before anything. I mean, again, going back to Flash has not been, filmed at all yet. So, and they're going to have to resolve this before that happens.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
Do you think they're going to resolve it before Justice League or after we've seen the performance of Ray?
That's a good question, because I was kind of wondering that myself with everything. I'm like, man, the timing, and you kind of wonder. I mean, obviously Snyder has Fisher's back.
He said, "Put booty."
Oh yeah, on back of the cock block, Justice shirt. Yeah. No, but I mean, we know that
Andre's
Snyder
phone
has
number on the
back.
back of it.
Yeah, my number.
I actually do have his number, so I can put it on.
Yeah,
we all do.
Let's all do.
Just put the link to my show, and they can see me there every night.
Just your phone number.
I think the phone number's better. Your wife might pick up. Hey,
I could put on there. Please call, don't text. Please call.
I'm gonna call her and ask her all the information for your bank account. So.
Yeah, that's why you on the line when earlier. But no, I think that they got to figure this out. They really do.
Yeah.
I mean, do we think that it's a done deal? Like, he's never going to be in this movie, or do you think it's just the current state of where we're at?
I think it's the current state, because they haven't made any announcement stating that yes, we have decided to go this direction.
And plus, filmmaking, things change constantly up until a certain point. Right. And so, I mean, we could definitely see, like, again, we were talking about seeing the full performance of Ray. If people see the full performance of Ray and they demand to see him in it, and they praise it like crazy,
which they will,
he'll be more likely to be put back into the Flash, and that, as well as if, like, people see that Walter Hamada was being a fool about Justice League, right?
Well, I see it as very foolish, yes, but also sophomoric. Just very childish how he's acting. Mm-hmm. It's and how they're the whole PR team for Warner Brothers is acting. It's just so like, really, this is how you guys conduct business. And like we said, if this was any other entity, and these are huge entities, Disney, Warner Brothers, Universal, or whatever. These are huge entities. They should have SOPs. They should have an HR team that's like, this is how we have to handle these things. But it just seems like it all happens behind the curtains, It's like
they're just like, just post an article to say that he's on drugs. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look who always writes these articles. It's like the same guy. It's always the same. It always seems like it's the same people. Which, because they're waiting. They're like waiting. Okay, hey, we got you on the line, and we'll send you the message. Post your article. I mean, Scoopy Pants and that one guy from Variety. All those guys. I mean, they're in the pockets. They're like
Dumberto Gonzalez and Scott Meddlesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. Don't even start about that.
I'm sorry. They're just freaking. They're all just morons. How do they get jobs? They're stupid. I mean,
part of the old. I mean, it's because they joined in so
for a while.
early.
Yeah.
They've been around for a while now. It's like anytime that Scoopy Pants and Berto, like when he would post something about the Snyder Cut, I'm like, this guy has old sources. He's like totally needs to get new sources, because he's talking to people at Warner Brothers Pictures. When it came to all this stuff about Warner Media, I was hearing stuff from Warner Media people and AT&T people, and then look what happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I don't have that one.
What? Oh yeah, there's a tease. It might be. It looks like we're gonna get an MK trailer tomorrow.
Nice.
I can't remember who tweeted about it, but
it was Lewis 10, I think. I just posted it. Am I saying his name right?
Well, I don't know. What is it? I mean, is there any footage in the teaser? Because
he tweeted out. Where is it at?
Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, Lewis 10 tweeted out, tomorrow will be flawless.
Wow. I want to see that.
Fatality.
There was another one that I saw, but it might have been
The Mortal Kombat movies. The first one I still really like. I think it's actually a good.
Oh, yeah.
That's
movie.
probably
They did the best they could with what they had.
I love the music. That Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, It had Goro, it had
Yeah.
all these characters, and then when you move to the second one into Mortal Kombat Annihilation,
we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's
Kick him.
yeah. I mean,
I
that
ought
was,
to, but I'll be cool and just
Okay,
you know,
okay,
give him
okay.
one of
No, the
these.
first
Y'all don't say that.
that's a good drop. I want to steal that drop. Damn it. No. First Mortal Kombat was great. I would say it's probably up there with probably one of the best video game adaptations there is
like
because it's
Street
hard
Fighter?
to do it. Oh, what the?
Tomb
Yeah.
Raider.
Did you say Street Fighter?
Super Mario Brothers.
Raul
No.
Yeah, there's some goodies out there.
There's some good ones. Yeah, there really is.
No, I'm curious to see what they do with this one. Hopefully they.
I heard it's vicious. I heard it's
They have to go full. Full
every
Monty.
cast on
Okay,
your
so the first Mortal Kombat or the first Ninja Turtles?
Ooh.
First
Damn.
Ninja Turtles.
First Ninja Turtle.
Ninja Turtles,
Yeah, probably Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm biased, though. I love Jim Henson, so I'm biased.
Yeah,
Jim
the first Ninja Turtles was fire, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's a hard one. And when he did the bicycle kick, it didn't even look silly in the movie. Like when he actually did it from the game, it didn't even look silly like on screen.
Oh,
Like-
in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it all seemed to work.
I want some spines ripped out. I want what you guys
Parts.
rate?
Yeah.
Kalima.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see
Yes,
Kano
Jacob,
do that.
Oh, man. So yeah,
Listen to
so what
what
do you
was
think of a
good,
new Indiana Jones since Dawson brought that up?
Oh, the game.
No, not
Oh.
the game, not the game. No,
Okay.
them actually doing another Indiana Jones outing.
They're also doing that game too.
Yeah, the game will be cool.
Fire. I think the game will be good.
But the movie, I mean, we all saw Crystal Skull, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm a little worried about. And
CGI monkeys.
How many
Perry.
monkeys do you think will be in the new one?
Like
I know. Jeez, Shia LaBeouf, like just swinging from vine to
They're like-
vine. Oof.
Transformers
Oh, man.
was a hit. We have to get him in this.
Oh yeah. It was-
Yeah.
Holy Lord.
He's a rising star.
Indiana Jones is my daddy. No, he's
Do
not.
it.
he has the motorcycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
I
looks
was
so
like,
out of place
oh,
with the motorcycle.
no. This is like a Toys R Us commercial. It was bad.
What Toys R Us commercials are you watching?
I'm just saying, like it just the movie
Like,
itself. I mean, like, some people like Crystal Skull. I don't. I thought it was really bad, and to me, it was hard to watch because it was just like overly stupid and overly just not good. I know Enosh
The
has
word
his
you're looking for
arguments
is
about
bad.
that. Yeah, but I thought it was bad. I thought it was bad.
Enosh likes it.
Yeah, he likes that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good things about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
there are parts in it.
The
like,
opening's cool, even though I
no,
don't
there's
think,
definitely some good parts.
even though like he survived a nuclear bomb, like getting into a fridge. I mean, it's a little far fetched. I mean, hey,
Wait,
that was awesome.
They also jumped out of a plane in a raft.
that's true. So
On a mountain.
it's fitting. It's fitting. It's fitting. I know. It perfectly like went down that slope too, didn't it? Like it perfectly just like lined up with that.
Nose dive or
The
go up
Indiana
upside
Jones
down.
films are the
But
Fast and
Crystal
Furious films of the
Skull-
80s.
They kind of are, but
those boat ships that were like on the ledge and they're doing the sword fights on the
Oh,
ledge of
that
the
was
cliff.
cool.
Yeah.
awesome. So good.
That
cool.
was so
good.
weird.
But I mean, like the CGI monkeys, you know what I mean? I mean, look, you have two ends of the spectrum. You have like the CGI monkeys in Crystal Skull, which look really fake, and then you have the non-CGI monkeys in Congo, which look even worse. So it's kind of like you just pick your poison. If you want to
those
go
monkeys that was running the streets in Jumanji that look
Congo was a horrible movie.
Really?
Congo.
I like Congo.
Whoa!
Oh, that's a movie that I used to watch all the time.
Are you bad gorilla?
Oh,
Bad
yeah. No. It's terrible. But it's one of those. Like, it's one of those
Guilty pleasures.
Yeah,
I remember
there
I
you go.
saw that
Guilty
on
pleasure.
vacation. I was out of state, and I was like, "Hey, look at the movies." And the only thing that was playing was
gorilla.
Congo. Yeah.
I remember that I was like, whoa, what's happening here? But that was back in a time where the belief was that monkeys or gorillas could understand language. And so they thought, oh yeah, but it turns out they actually can't. It's similar to a dog where
Isn't that the same time that they made the Peter Jackson's King Kong?
I think that came out a little later. No,
Congo.
Congo was like mid '90s. I think King Kong was like early
2005.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
They're like, dude, this was written by Michael Crichton, Jurassic Park. You know, it's like this is gonna be great. We can't lose.
Well, there was like after Jurassic Park, there was like they had Sphere, which I actually think Sphere was good. Yeah. And then there was Congo. They were taking all of like Michael Crichton's like, hey, what can we adapt next? And it was like a line of like Michael Crichton adapted movies there for a second.
But like at the end, when the volcano, whatever is going off, and the gorillas are just like throwing themselves into the lava, I was like, whoa, what's happening?
And burned, yeah.
They're like, ah. They're just dudes in suits, you know,
and they all sounded just like
cinema. All right,
yeah. You know, the best was the Planet of the Apes. Not Tim Burton directing it, but Rick Baker's costume design.
Costumes,
oh my god, they were awesome. I love Rick Baker. He's a fantastic artist.
Yeah,
but yeah, those were awesome. And that's what they should have done for Wonder Woman 84 was what they did for the apes. Gorilla. What they did, they hooked up a tarp and they drug it behind a Jeep. And they made the actors in costume run on the tarp to make it look like they were running it at a higher rate of speed, which is what they should have done with Gal running between those two vehicles or whatever. You just have her run on like a a tarp or whatever, and not have to use rigs and all that. It would have looked a lot better. It just I think it would have showed that she could run at a higher rate of speed and all that.
Instead, they gave us.
Her arms protected the kids from concussions and all kinds of internal bleeding.
Man, so bad.
I just thought those prequels. Lucas was obsessed with CGI, everything.
Yeah,
George Lucas is always trying to like step up the game and trying to try out the newest thing.
But I mean, to have an alien ship like come up at the end, I was just like, all right, now we've gotten a little.
That was that point in the movie where I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, we had to go aliens.
So in the next one, since they went there, I guess they figured they tried every other thing leading up to Crystal Skull. So they were like, why not aliens? Which no, okay. But so what do you think they'll go with for the next one? Like
leprechauns.
Yeah.
No, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones with the pot of gold. Come on, guys.
The Easter Bunny.
Indiana Jones battles social media.
They're gonna go Ewoks.
Full. They're gonna go full Ewok.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's gonna try to find Bigfoot or the Loch Ness monster. I don't know.
Or like 100-year-old Indiana Jones gets Twitter.
It goes after artifacts.
Oh man, him trying to figure out Twitter, that'd be amazing.
I don't get it.
What is this?
It says I have to download the app.
And he just looks, he's like, I just don't care. I don't care.
Like, what's trending? What is
I hate snakes.
Yeah.
Who's this Jeff Johns guy? They keep calling him a snake. I don't like him.
So obviously there's a lot of backstory to this that came out yesterday as well, and everybody was like, yo. So this thing here.
Yeah. Exclusive.
Exclusive. Yeah.
We didn't know this at all.
No, nobody did.
Dave, your thoughts on it, man? When you saw this, it was like, what?
Well, I mean, when Collider did their thing, we all took our jabs, and I even took I took another jab at them last night when I did a movie fake news thing, and yeah, it was just because I was like, all right, I got to do more, and then it was just like, oh yeah, exclusive. We got Ben Affleck.
Glad you did that one. I was like, yes.
And it gets even further, guys. Zack Snyder is going to direct Zack Snyder's Justice League. Crazy, yes. Thing. But it's just like what I do like about it is like Harry Lennox is really leaning into it now, and he's like, all right, let's do this. I filmed my scene or scenes, yeah, he's just having fun with it now. I mean, before he was like kind of coy about it, but he knew like what was up, and he knew the fans knew. But I think it's cool that now he's like really leaning into it.
Yeah.
Well, this was, I mean, when Zach was still, posting images on Vero before they had made the announcement, that was one of the biggest bombshells was when he posted the image of Martian Manhunter and he said, "I bet you didn't know this guy was in the movie." I mean, when everyone saw that, I mean, that was mind blowing. I was like, "Holy crap! His whole character! Like, are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
That was one of the main things that told people, yeah, this movie's pretty different, among other things, of course.
Well, because then that all connects to the previous two movies because he's in that in the previous two. So this whole time he's been Martian Manhunter. You're like, wow, I didn't even know that. Like,
well, I mentioned this to you guys the other day after that exclusive came out that someone made this this meme where it shows General Zod like talking on the TV and said he'll make efforts to look like you and blend in. And it shows General Swanwick's face like, oh crap,
they're on to me.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, cool. That's not me. All right.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
But I mean, the only good thing about this whole thing being on Collider, yes, Collider's full of idiots, but
yes,
it's that it reaches other people that aren't really in the know.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, we can make our jabs and make fun of them. Like it's very easy to, and but at the same time, they have a different audience and a bigger reach than like pretty much all of us. So take it.
But I mean, that's what's been so just so cool about Zach is that he has been, instead of using outlets like Collider, like the bigger trades, he's gone on shows like the Vodka Stream, he's gone on Real Emotion, he's gone on all these other shows where he's speaking to the fandom, and it just, to me, it speaks volumes about his character, and just it's so awesome that he's done that. I mean, I want to ask you, Dave. Oh, sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, go for it.
When you had the opportunity to finally do your one-on-one, which I know you had been talking about that for a long time, that you wanted to do a one-on-one, and you essentially did the way you've been predicting it. You're like, I'm going to do, if I ever get him, I'm going to do 1 hour, just him and I, and then after that, I'll start bringing in everybody else. But the first hour will just be me. When you finally found out that you had the opportunity to do that, I mean, what was running through your mind? I mean, how did you feel when you knew?
Besides peeing your pants.
Oh yeah. I mean, after I changed my undies, it was crazy because it was about to happen. We were messaging, and then all of a sudden I get like a call, and I'm like, oh crap. And it was funny too, because when I come home from work, I go through this canyon, and sometimes the signal drops. So right as I was going in there, I get the call. I'm like, oh shit. And I just pulled over. I'm like, I got to pull over because I don't want to lose signal. And sure enough, it was him, and we were just talking, and it's funny too because
he's on the freeway, like
he's running away from his car to get out of the canyon. Like, I got signal.
I gotta eat a bar. Damn it.
He's wearing like Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And he grabs the kids, and these,
Oh, I gotta say. I need a bar. I need to save those kids. Damn it!
I'm not going back.
Yeah, screw those kids, man. Zack Snyder's on the line.
Yeah.
No,
he gets Zack and was like, believe it or not,
he's all rocking to that. Yeah. No, but talking to him, and it was funny too because talking to Snyder, he's very much kind of like how I am too, where I could just like take something into a tangent. I think some of you guys do that too, like where you're talking and all of a sudden it'll go in a tangent. He's exactly like that too, because we were talking about all kinds of other shit before we like confirmed it for like 15-20 minutes. It was just talking about certain things about the movie and certain things about the business and just other things. He was like talking about how the trailer and the music, and how that got pulled down because of the Hallelujah music, like the copyright ran out, and it was just like,
this is what you talked about before you even talked about the show. You were like,
we started talking about all this stuff, but I knew he was gonna say like yes, but and then all of a sudden it just goes. It's
like, by the way, I can't.
It even happened when it came to the whole Deck the Halls thing. Like it was already kind of pretty confirmed, and then it's like he calls me up and we start talking, and then we talk about all this other things, and then it's like, so anyways, so you coming on, or and then it's just like, yeah, we'll do that, you'll do that. So I mean, when that first time happened, I mean, when I hung up the phone, it was just like, like I just couldn't believe it. It was just, you just wanted to scream, like, it finally happened. Finally happened.
Well, the way it went down was really cool, and you had Meg, you had Amanda, you had everyone there. support the show, which I was like, that was a smart idea because if you were doing it yourself, that would have been a lot to handle.
Oh yeah. Well, I wanted to make it a little different. I know he was, he showed up on Legion of Mayhem, and he showed up on other, even like during fandom, he showed up on The Real in Motion, but like but it was just very like pop in and let's just talk. But I was like, all right, let's structure this a little bit because I wanted to do the one-on-one, but I wanted to keep a tally, and then I wanted to bring in fan questions, fan videos, and then bring in some of the some of my associates that have their own platforms to like talk to them. So I was like, that day it was funny because I didn't know how I was going to approach it, but that day all of a sudden I was like, all right, I'll structure like this. And I was like, not really stressing, but I was like, I just wrote like 2 pages of like questions and how I was going to try to do it. It was like and then I was hitting everybody up and to see like, okay, you're going to come on after this. But then all of a sudden I forget. I'm like, well, maybe Zach's not going to stick around for 2 hours. So like, I didn't think about asking like, how long is he planning on staying? And so I did, and he goes, we'll do like an hour. And he ended up saying an hour and a half because, he's just cool like that. Yeah. So, But it worked out. It worked out pretty well. And then, of course, him coming on Deck the Halls, that was awesome. It was funny because I'm sitting like Nickatina is like asking me, you have somebody? I'm like, I might have somebody. Hold on. And it was like, I got a special guest.
Sounds exactly like Nickatina.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We know.
He was hitting me up.
I had a lot on my plate. Okay.
I get it. But I was like, just be patient, man, because I had the Connie Nielsen interview also. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get her to say a nice little message to Zach that we could play during that. And I was waiting for a confirmation from Zach. And it was just funny because I wanted to tell you, and then finally I was like, "Hey, I'm just saying, I might have a big fish that's coming on." And then all of a sudden, like that vodka stream, Zach like hits me up. He messages me, and it was like 7:35, 25 minutes before I'm going to go on, and he just goes, "Hey, are you on?" And I'm like, "Well, not till 8 o'clock." And he goes, "You have a link?" And I sent him the YouTube link, and then he just calls me, and he goes, "Hey, how about I just drop in and say I'm going to be on your stream on Sunday?" And I was like, "Whatever you want, man. I don't."
No.
Sorry. Yeah, that would be very rude to Connie Nielsen. I'm sorry.
It needs to be edited, and I have to be there in person.
Like, we're not about that.
Listen, Zach, I like you, but you're kind of overstepping your bounds with
this. Seriously. I mean, you're sounding kind of needy, like you want to be like attention grabbing. I don't know. No, but it was just like, okay,
why don't I come on your show?
Yeah, exactly. So but it ended up working out. It was so cool.
And then like when you had me backstage, which I was back there for a long time, and I was like,
sorry,
I was freaking. I was like sitting there like,
I wanted to make you sweat. I'm gonna.
He was. Trust me.
He's gonna sit back there for a while.
The whole time he was back there, he was like, "I'm backstage, man. I'm freaking out. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to say." I'm like, "Calm down. It's okay. You're good."
Yeah, like I told, like he's a human being. Zach Snyder is a human being.
I was like a panic. Like we were.
You're not about to die. You're not about to meet God.
We were doing a private live stream before your show, and we're just talking. And at one point, I had to dip out. I was like, "All right, I gotta go," and I just left. Because I was getting nervous. I was like, so I just watched the show before I went backstage. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to gather myself before I go on there. And then I went on there. I'm back there for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, holy crap, this is a long time. And then all of a sudden he's like, well, let's bring on Andre here. And all of a sudden I'm like, hey. I was like, not even prepared. I was like, oh my God, here we go. But yeah, no, it was awesome though. I mean, I really appreciate, just giving me the opportunity to talk to him. That was really incredible.
Well, I figured he set the whole thing up. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have you on there, at least talk to him, and so you could show, he could show your appreciation. I mean, he thanked you and everything, and then it then just so happens he just like, oh, I'm just gonna drop some junky XL.
Yeah,
randomly. Cool. Oh man, it was so funny because I'm sitting there. I kept because he never puts his phone on silent. When he's on a live stream, he never puts his phone on silent, it seems, because you always hear ding, ding, that iPhone ding. Yeah. So it kept on going off, and I'm like, shit. I'm like, he's going to leave anytime now. They're going to like summon him back into the fortress to look at like shots or whatever. And so I was like, I got to get people in here, And then, but then all of a sudden, he's just looking down at his phone. And I even started kind of going like, he's looking down at his phone. Is something he's going to show us something? What's going on? And then he just plays the goddamn clip, and it was like, what? Yeah.
Well, that was funny too. Is that he's looking at his phone? He's like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
You were like,
Yeah.
what's that? And then Chris was like, hey, can we see? He was like, where? And he just kind of showed it. We're like, ah!
Yeah, I love the clip that you put with like Wayne's World.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that
Butthead.
was good.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta have people like, hey, yeah. First, I like spliced the two because he played it 2 different times, so I kind of like spliced it together, and then I was like, all right, we'll just let it loop, and we'll show our reactions, and then I was like, okay, who's headbanged? Who's like popular in headbanging? Okay, we got Beavis and Butthead, we got Wayne's World, and then that damn cat that I always see, that fucking cat that headbangs. I'm like, I'm gonna put that on there. Yeah, so, it was cool.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
So, Dave, I know you recently started a new job, and you were talking about that on the Film Junkie Live. So, I mean,
all right,
so how much do you make
next week?
well, I guess the question is, has the question ever come up like, oh yeah, I do a YouTube show?
Well, when I mean, it's funny too because I guess I look at it like I take the Bruce Wayne approach. I don't want to talk about my double life, you know, my night life.
I mistook me for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, but like anytime that I've jumped around jobs, and I've done it, a lot within this business, just because it's just the way it is. And I've jumped from a few jobs since I've had the YouTube channel, and I always never try to mention it. But it's always funny. One coworker always seems to find out. Always say, like, they look on YouTube, something gets recommended to them or something, and then all of a sudden, like the next day, you're like, "Hey, man, you do YouTube?" And I'm like, "Where'd you see that?" I start asking him questions like, "What? You sure it was me? Did he say my name? I mean, who's this guy?" But usually, I won't flat out say it. But then people end up finding out, and then I'm like, "Yeah, do a little YouTube."
I had some with that during the summer, because during the summer I was helping to design an app, and I had a couple of developers that I was in communications with all the time. And I never told them about my YouTube stuff either. I just kind of did my work and submitted my artwork, and they put it all in and everything. And eventually one of them like sends the link to my channel to our Slack chat. No. And there's like, this is back when I had like 2,000 subscribers. I just barely gotten like monetized and all that. And they're like, guys, our artist is a little bit of a celebrity. I was like, well, no, not really, but thanks.
Yeah, when somebody does that or catches you, you kind of get a little like, shit.
Like, dang it, they know I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. Weird. And then you're like, don't watch. Don't watch that video.
It's kind of hard though. I mean, you wear the Nimmo hat everywhere, so somebody's gonna be like, "What the hell is Nimmo? Let me look it up."
Yeah, and boom, there it is.
Yeah, no.
It's so nice. I like this hat so much. Like, I don't have to do my hair as much anymore. It's nice. About that.
I never had a chance to see Dawson. I also love how it has the green underbill. Like how it's green underneath. That was perfect touch. I was like, yeah, it's perfect.
That was out of my control. That's all Teespring. so
thank them. Yeah.
It was a pain in the ass.
No, but like, when it comes to wearing your merchandise, it is a little weird. I never did that I never wear my stuff to work, but when I go to like the store or something like that, and I literally have my head on my chest, I'm like, I wonder if but I mean, luckily now, like, we wear masks, so it's like nobody really makes a correlation. But like before, it's like, do you realize that's like an animated version of me? I'm wondering, like, if anybody like notices that.
Yeah, it's like Anthony's wife made me a sweater, this gray hoodie with my YouTube logo on it. And so I'll go place and I'll have Nimmo on my hat, Nimmo on my jacket, and then I just get looks. They're just like, what is this guy advertising? Like,
Is that a new drink?
Yeah.
Some sort of like 5-hour energy drink or something. Yeah, Nimmo keeps you up all night.
I'm one of those people on Facebook who's just like, do you want to drink coffee and feel 5 years younger? Contact me.
Yeah. You said you're 25. You look like you're 12. Give me some of that drink.
I want it now.
I want it now.
Let's go.
Yeah. To recap, it is awkward when you kind of have to do that. Like, obviously not at work, but like, in public, you just kind of wear it.
It really is. Like I don't talk about it at work at all. Like, that's kind of like what you're saying. Like, I keep that all separate.
Yeah.
And I don't even talk about work. I even told these guys, like, hey, don't bring up my work when we're doing a stream, because they're
By
very.
The way, Nickatina works at
Yeah. Here's the address.
He just shot his pants. Did you see his face? He's like,
So
I told you not to do that.
There was one guy.
Gonna have another
one
fart
guy.
gate thing happening right now.
Oh, I know. So there's one guy at my work who knows. I mean, he's never told me that he knows, but I know that he knows because he kind of played his hand.
How do you know that he knows you know?
Because
how did he know that you know that you know?
because he approached me and he was
friends,
like, and he said, like, he would ask me about. He goes, "Hey, you hear about DC fandom?" I was like, "Yeah," and well, yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. What are your thoughts about that? I mean, do you think like we're gonna get something like pretty exclusive out of that? And I was like, I'm like, why are you asking me? I was like, I don't know. And then he's made comments like that. And then just the other day, he would go, you know, Wonder Woman 84 came out, and then I went back to work on the 27th, I think. And he comes over, and I'm with some other guys, and he goes, hey, did you guys watch Wonder Woman 84? I was like, yeah, I saw it. He goes, what did you think about it? I was like, I thought it was all right. Can you give us like a film review real quick? And I was like, oh, he knows. I'm like, nah,
I don't know. I don't. He just sounds like a really cool fan. You know, like a DC fan. I don't think he knows who you are.
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, has he ever called you
in my head?
Has he ever called you Nickatina?
Just take him aside and throw him up against the wall and be like, "What do you
know?"
Bat random.
There was one other guy I worked with who called me that, and it like startled me. He was like, "What's up, Nickatina?" I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You know the rapper, right?"
Where were you? Oh,
I was at work because there's a rapper who has a similar name, and that's why he called me that. So I was like, "Oh, yeah."
I said it because you look effeminate.
It's not a feminine name, dude.
Oh my god!
You got it now.
Call me.
There it was. There's the part
There
right
it is.
there.
Yeah, dude, that shit was so funny. Like, dude.
Oh man,
no more than that could come out. It sounded like a fucking like he just threw a nickel in a bucket. It was
yeah. No, I was watching when you and Meg were watching that, and just like the reaction from you two was cracking me up.
Dude, it was
You know.
so funny.
Oh my God.
Then he did it again, like 2 times.
Oh my god.
I mean,
but like Andre, your reaction was just like you're wide-eyed, like, did you just fart? Like,
Yeah, I was like,
How vulgar.
I couldn't believe he sat up and did it on camera. So I was just like, holy crap! Like, okay, well, there it is. But
And
you
then
know,
this
is
is
what I think of your show.
I don't ever want to see it again. Ever.
Oh man.
Is that Christian Bale on the set of Terminator?
yep.
Essentially.
that's him. That's it. You nailed it.
Oh shit.
So,
Oh my gosh.
real quick, you guys, I just wanted to. I don't know if I should play this or not. Yeah, here I'm going to share screen.
What is it? What is it?
No, it's fun. It's funny. So this was the other
We'll be the
night.
judge of that.
Yeah, you will be. This was the other night,
yeah.
and this is when Dave had the encounter that I don't think it's ever happened before on a Film Junkie Live. So here it is.
Then he was just like, all right, we're done for the day. I'm gonna go ahead and check out one more location, but go ahead and go home. And I was like, thank God. But yeah, like I said, nice guy. I'm a little busy. Hold on a sec. I realized
He's
who it
irritated
was.
now. He's like, oh,
Dude,
hold
I
on.
realized who it was. I was like, oh crap, really? Yeah.
And so at this point, I thought, okay, so he's gonna go over there and come back and whatever. But then no, you can hear the whole conversation.
Pretty much. Yeah, I left the mic on, man.
Good.
All right. You guys come so late sometimes. 6:17. 6:17. Sorry, I mean I don't mean to be like that, but I do like a little show thing right now. Yeah. It was so funny because this is when he turned the corner and almost ran into one of my lights and was like, oh, you know. Go ahead and check it out.
And you're just also just like,
Oh, yeah,
no.
apparently my water heater is leaking. And, yeah, I was so frustrated. I wish my landlady would summon the work people during the day, not at 6 o'clock in the freaking evening.
Right when the show
Sorry.
started too, and we're
Yeah,
like 7
man.
minutes into it. It's
Hold
like,
on a sec. Let's see what's happening here.
And he didn't leave you alone.
Hopefully it's not gonna be like too much stuff happening. But yeah, as I was working to get a call from my landlady saying like my
Let me
water
see.
heater,
And then,
I guess,
and then he
was, like,
pulls him
leaking.
away
The
again.
neighbor downstairs was noticing
get
it.
to
So
There
There
it
we-
is.
The manager would like to talk to you.
Okay. Whenever.
Well, tonight?
Tonight?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. So don't say whenever. Say not tonight. But
Okay.
yeah,
Like, come on, really, dude? Just like, really? Yeah. All right. Tomorrow will be good. Yeah. While I'm at work. You do that? Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow.
While
It's just
I'm at
like-
work.
Go through whatever. It was like, come on, man, work with me here.
Tomorrow between.
They say you should have Tom Cruise's that.
I know I should have. I don't ever want to see this again, ever.
Don't you dare interrupt my YouTube work.
Yep, should have went Tom Cruise on his ass.
Oh, I should be able to, but like you have one job where you just.
It was frustrating, man.
And we're all
Imagine-
sitting here live, like
Oh,
watching.
I know. I know. No, I left. I was like, you know what? Whatever.
Okay, so. With that in mind, your water heater was not heating.
And he has to give him the diagnosis.
Yeah, it started happening today.
He said
Hey, your water here's not working.
Yeah, that's usually why you need it. You know.
It's not even- you just put the rest of the hot water that was left and it's just warm right now.
Oh yeah, I've been taking some cold.
With that in mind, or anything that what had happened is the bottom tray filled up with water.
No shit.
You just use the last of the hot water of it.
There any corrosion?
Yeah.
There at the valve, so that way it doesn't leak. It's leaking downstairs. Yeah. Okay. So for any which case, so you're all set pretty much until.
He's purposely like dragging this out now.
No, he wanted to be. He wanted to be on camera. I should have let him be on camera.
You're still like talk to you, but I'll talk to her.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, get out now, please. Don't want you here.
Oh man.
See, I remember watching. It, I was like, what is happening right
Oh
now?
yeah.
This
That's right,
guy's not
man.
leaving him alone. He's like,
You never know what happens when you go. You could hear. Can you hear? It's like he's making.
Oh, he's still there?
back. That's right.
Yeah.
He's probably down.
Listening to your show, and he's like,
No. That's why. I got the earbuds in. I put the earbuds in. I was like, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You should just clip that and post it as its own video. Just say a day in the life of Dave.
All right. I should. I thought about it too. I was like, I
But he
should
had a
do
lot
that.
of attitude. You're like, he's like, when? You're like, I don't know, whenever. Well, don't tell me whenever. I mean, like tonight. You're like,
It's like, come on. It's like, come on,
the
dude.
face you
Work with
gave me
me.
was like, oh, what, dude? Like, I'm in the middle of something. Come on.
Oh, man.
"You'll just blow
Yep,
me off."
There you go. Yeah.
We got,
Pull me off.
we got,
He's
we
like,
got-
well, I can get a little earlier, but I got another job in the morning.
Yeah, it was like, come on, man. Like, when can we just? You tell me. You tell me.
Well, here it is. It's the coupling right here. The gasket is no longer. There's not. It doesn't have a seal.
You see what the seal does?
It doesn't have a
seals it.
seal.
Since he knows you're
Yeah.
on mic, he's real loud. Yeah, the seal is broken. You're like, oh, dude.
I'm like, okay. It's funny too because I was a cable guy for like 7 years, and anytime you try to explain
Yeah,
like
Time
something.
Warner.
Yeah, when you try to explain exactly what happened, everybody just goes, "Oh, okay." And you're just like, I could have told you, like, there was there was a unicorn that, stabbed the back of your line and danced on it and put Skittles all over your,
That's literally
connections.
me.
Skittles, really? Did that mess
Yeah.
with the coax?
Yes, that's why your picture was like cutting in and out. It's crazy.
So how much
actually
sheathing?
like
How much sheathing do I need?
I had a guy come over and fix our washing machine a couple times because we had an old washing machine, and he would like tell me stuff like, "See, what's happening here is this bearing right here is not really good." I'm just like,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
I'm just telling you that I didn't know about it either. I was just sitting there like, okay, yeah, cool. That makes sense. Tell me what does that do again?
Yeah.
We have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But we like to think we do.
Well, I should have been like, I'm going to go study up on YouTube and make sure you're not lying to me.
Real
Yeah.
quick, joining the show, Miss Allie Brooks is
All
going to
right.
jump in.
Hey.
Allie, what's good?
Hey,
Hey.
I'm over here laughing by myself.
Yeah. I didn't know you were
That just
backstage.
means you're
'Cause
crazy.
We had Nicatina's
This time?
his link pulled up, and I didn't even know you were down there. And I was like, wait
It's
a
my
minute.
fault. That's what he's saying. It's my
Yeah,
fault.
basically,
Not,
yeah.
not the show host. It's Nickatina's fault.
Always.
Well, no, yeah, because remember on my show, I was telling you guys he was getting boss with me about Schedule it. Send us the link. It was like 10 in the morning. Well,
Oh yeah,
I didn't even have
I wasn't in control
That's why, see, we have a saying around here: "Don't be Nickatarded."
Oh,
an hour ago. I didn't even have a link.
But
to
you don't say that.
I was like, oh wait, I don't even have a link. When they're starting the show right now, they might not. But yeah, no, I'm totally fine. I know.
We love Andre and his compulsive nature. That's
compulsive nature.
Smash the like button. LOL. Peter Jackson.
Yeah, so I mean, that was the first time I'd ever seen anyone like interrupt you on your show, Dave. So I was like, what the hell's going on right now? And then it was just like, it went on for so long that I was like, oh crap.
It became like a bit, and it was just like,
this is a bit.
This is a
I know.
Yeah.
But it's just like, hey man, go check it out. Just go stand right there and say hi to everybody. Please see what everybody's talking about. Yeah. And it was like the running joke, of course, of yesterday. Like the whole show, I just look at the live chat and everybody's just asking where the plumber
Where's
is.
your plumber at?
Where's the plumber at?
Yeah. Like,
Andre, is that
funny.
what you were talking about when I was adding you guys backstage on my channel? Is that the clip you were talking about?
Yeah, that was the clip I was talking about.
All right. It started making sense when I was watching it right now. And so I was like, oh,
Earlier,
that's
you were like, what the
talking
hell
about,
was he talking about?
Yeah.
So somebody was laying
that would have
pipe
been, that would have been hilarious.
He said you're gonna win your room came out of.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine like
Oh, that would have been awesome.
He goes outside, he sees me, and then he comes back, and some dude's wearing a Batman mask, going, "What's wrong? What's wrong with what's wrong with the heater?" You know, jeez, that would have been hilarious.
Water.
Yeah.
What would happen if you don't
Can't break
have me? It doesn't have a good seal.
Lie to me,
Alfred. Well, you don't like
That would've been
falafel?
hilarious.
Pay the plumber.
You know, like,
You don't like falafel.
Oh man, that would have been hilarious.
I love
Hi,
that.
Allie. Hi, Allie. Nice to meet you, like in person, kind of thing. Hi.
Yes. No. Nice to meet you too. I've been watching you for a long time, so it's kind of.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, she didn't say that about us.
I know.
No, yes, I did tell Anthony. Yes, I told Anthony that I was watching him before we became acquainted. And,
There you go. There you go.
yeah.
So this question came up earlier from Louis Centeno. So he says, "What's the spin? What spin basically will Warner Brothers use for firing Ray? If it call it a firing, I guess."
Well, they've already used it.
Yeah,
They've already said that he like they offered him a cameo, which
He
was
was
not true, and then he
uncooperative.
turned it down. Yeah, and he wasn't cooperative. He turned it down, and all that stuff. They've already spun that. And I knew like when they said cameo, I was like, I hope he comments about it. And sure enough, he did. I'm like, yeah, that. From what I heard, I'm like, no, he had a pivotal role in that movie. I mean, we know that he has a pivotal role in the whole story of making Flash like go back in time.
Right.
Of
So
course,
how can they explain that away in the story?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm
Zack
wondering if like
Snyder's Justice League, from what I'm hearing, is leading right
at the
into
end of
that with those
Justice League,
characters.
Yes. They
Well, I mean-
have a plan.
And even like when he showed up on the CW Flash,
Yeah.
right when he was disappearing, he goes, "Victor was right," or he said something like that. I
Exactly.
forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like it's like he's a pivotal part of why Flash is going through time and the multiverse. You know,
It doesn't make any sense.
They're going to change it. It's now. It's going to be Victor
That's-
2.
that's why I said last night. I'm like, when somebody said, are you less excited?" I'm like, yeah, I want him to be in it. And it just seems like they're going to lose something with the story if he's not part of this whole story, you know. So
In the Flash show, the Victor he was referring to was Victor Koo.
oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
He was right when he drew me disappearing. Yeah.
They do exist.
Oh, somebody brings up a good. Do you think the Chris Evans news was a way to draw attention from Ray?
Well, Chris Evans even said himself.
He's old news to me.
Yeah,
So it
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, who was the source? Who kind of threw that out there about Chris?
This
Nope.
okay. Let's see. Deadline.
Deadline. Oh, okay. So it's
Justin
just one of the
Kroll.
trades. Yeah. Okay.
Captain
Justin
America
Kroll
Oscar-
wrote the piece last night that it was just like a 3-paragraph thing about how kind of talking about the Ray Fisher post, and then he also did this one too the next morning. What time was it posted at? Was that 5 a.m. like the other two articles?
let me see.
Get that deadline. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Nine.
Yeah, he waited. He
You
had
know-
breakfast first.
It's funny because I don't think this was like trying to to distract from the Ray Fisher thing. To me, it seemed like it was like, all right, WandaVision's coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
So let's get ahead of this right now. I don't know, but then, like I said, Chris Evans was like news to me, but he could just be, of course, playing the role of like, hey,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 'cause he's Buzz
Like
Lightyear.
downplaying it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Buzz Lightyear. Yeah.
Austin
You
cannot
can't have
wait
both.
to see that.
Yeah. Got to keep
Tim
that
Allen.
continuity.
Tim Allen's Buzz Lightyear to me.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
man. That's gonna be weird not to hear Tim Allen's voice.
Yeah, like why would you not have Tim Allen do the voice? I don't understand.
If Chris Evans says to infinity and beyond, it's gonna feel so wrong.
It's like, yeah, it's just like to infinity and
You're
beyond.
gonna change it. It'd be like, to infinity and somehow
Wait,
beyond.
wait.
Yeah.
Further.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
Falling with style.
To eternity and further.
Yeah, it's not going to sound right, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
then again, maybe he'll do a good Tim Allen impression, and it'll be pretty amazing.
Or maybe they'll insert Tim Allen's voice for it to an infinity and beyond moment. Maybe, who knows?
Out of left field, he's like, "Hey guys, to infinity and beyond."
Yeah. It's like, how are you guys doing? To infinity and beyond. It's like, wait. The voices are different. One split second. No. Do you think that Zurg is going to be like the Darth Vader of this, thing, or is it just?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm your father.
No, that'd be dope. I'd love to see Emperor Zurg in there. It'd be like that Star Command movie.
Yes.
Absolutely
Oh well,
dope.
that was the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it had the droid, the girl, the big guy. Yeah,
his old
I hope
partner
that it
turned
is.
evil, which was like, what was his name? Like,
that was the guy that played Brave and the Bold Batman. He was also in Napoleon Dynamite. He was like Jew Kwon Do.
Oh yeah, what's his name? He played Batman.
The Drew Carey show.
He did the voice of Batman in the Harley Quinn show, and
It started off with Brave and the Bold, and then he
Brave and the Bold. There it is. Yeah, Brave and the Bold.
And then he also did Guy Gardner in Green Lantern.
Nice.
Oh wait, he does a voice in
the animated show. Green Lantern.
Yeah, he was. He was on the Drew Carey show. He was on the Beverly Hillbillies remake.
Yes,
that guy. Yes, that guy. Yeah,
he played Jethro.
Yeah, he played Jethro. He also was in Jay and Silent Bob Straight Back.
Yeah. Before you finish, I want you to say, "Oh, what a lovely tea party!"
Oh my god,
it's so good.
Yeah, he does. I also love, now I'm talking about Harley Quinn show. How what's his name? Chris Maloney does the voice for Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. Oh, he's so good. He's so alcoholic Commissioner Gordon
on his
losing his shit. Yeah. Oh my god. There was like an episode. I think it was the episode with Batgirl. Man, it was hilarious. Like he just comes out of the shower like in a towel, and it's just like he's just like half naked and stuff like that. I forgot what the dialogue exchange in there, but I remember I was cracking my ass off. It was so good. It was so perfect.
Oh man.
Can't wait for that season 3, right? Yeah.
Season 3, yeah, season 3.
So Dave, you posted something earlier on Twitter. So I looked at the art. It's ridiculous, and it's almost so. This is Tom Cruise purchased 2 robots.
Oh yeah, but apparently it was fake. Somebody commented and said no, it was fake. But I was like, what? Tom Cruise
I was like,
to enforce COVID-19 safety? Like what?
That's awesome. Is this Deadline or Variety?
I don't know. It just says page
This is
6.
bleeding cool.
Ain't it cool news?
Yeah. No, but yeah, somebody said no. Like there was like a follow up that said no.
And I got the comment up that says Tom Cruise needs help.
Oh man, but I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, it's like, wow, did he pull those out of the Scientology basement? I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, John Travolta, I need to borrow those robots.
Exactly. Hey, you got those robots to let you? Yeah.
Fly those over to me.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, it doesn't. Oh man.
But I mean, I saw it and I was just like,
troopers,
yeah, I saw it and I was like, I would not put it past him. Look at that shot right there.
Yeah.
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa.
He does all his own stunts, so he's probably about to jump out of a moving vehicle.
Oh yeah, he's probably about to
production shut down for 9 months while he heals from a broken fucking shin.
Another broken.
Oh, he hurt himself?
No,
well, no, that was
that's
the last
bad.
Mission Impossible.
That's kind of good.
God, that looked painful. Every time I watch that part, I always go, ooh, like, because you know that he actually does that, and then all of a sudden he's just running again. It's like, motherfucker, I know you. That's like, nah, you ain't running again after
3
that.
months later, he's like, yeah.
You could kind of see it too, because he left a little bit, like when you see him like get up, you actually see him do like a little limp, like when he like walks off, and it's like, oof.
Fucking Ed 209 for the COVID people. Put your mask on.
Ed 209. This is your final warning to comply.
Some T800s. Yo, Tom Cruise is wild, dude.
The Ed 209 would be fun. That'd be so badass.
No. It's not T800s. It's not EV. It's Johnny 5.
Johnny 5 alive. His little eyebrows.
Yeah.
Johnny 5.
I mean, when you watched Wall-E, did you think that was kind of a rip-off of?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, immediately I was like, Short Circuit. Yeah, come on, that's Johnny 5 right there.
There are a lot
Right?
of similarities. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of similarities, but Wall-E's still a great movie.
No, it is.
No, yeah,
It's
no,
It's telling the future. It's exactly what people are doing.
Oh,
See, what happened in Wall-E, they had COVID, so they all sat in their chairs and couldn't move.
Makes sense. They predict the future right there, man.
Los
Those locos.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Let's get right.
Who was the post last night from Umberto? Remember, he's like, "Does anyone know what's the best chicharron place in LA?" And right off the bat, the first response was, "How much they pay you to put up that article?"
Ray is live right now.
Is he?
Is he?
On Instagram. Yeah, he's live.
Let me see if I can pull it up, man.
Exclusive.
There
We
he
share
is.
screen somehow.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude.
Anthony, you gotta make it happen, man. Somebody.
Hey, hold up. Give me a fucking second.
Poindexter's Lounge, shout out to you.
Poindexter's Lounge again. These are
He always gets love. He always gets love from Ray.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that.
Oh, you already know I'm doing okay, Corey. You can't keep a good dog down. So,
Damn.
shout
You
out.
already know. You already know.
Right.
I see you. Yep. Oh, you already know I'm doing okay, Corey. You can't keep a good dog down. So, shout out to each and every one of you out there. When is my album? Next never? Is that a date?
Let's go.
No, probably no album soon. I like to hum a little bit, sing a little bit, maybe a little too much in some regards, but yeah, no. I'm actually currently down here in Greenwood, Mississippi.
Yeah.
We're working on a TV show called Women of the Movement. And it's an anthology.
Remember, people said he would never work again.
Where
Look
each
at
season is
Jesse.
going to
Yo,
follow
Andre.
a different influential woman in the civil rights movement. And the first season is about Mamie Till Mobley, the mother of Emmett Till, and her decision-making processes and her fights to.
Hence why you quoted her.
Try to get justice
Right. Yeah.
for the murder of her son. And we're actually down here in Greenwood, Mississippi, where Emmett Till was murdered. So a lot of stuff is being shot, I believe, in some of the same locations as where it actually originally happened. So, you know, it's a really important piece, and it's a really important, it's something that definitely speaks to me, and a lot of dope people attached to it. Gina Prince Blythewood, obviously Adrienne Warren starring as Mamie Till. You got Marissa Jo Serrar show running and writing and doing all the things. So yeah, I'll have more info for you guys on that soon. But Yoshi, I see you out there, player. I see you out there. Shout out to you. Yeah, no, it's my first time in Mississippi. You know, nothing really crazy going on. You know, we're still in COVID protocols, so you know we're still quarantining. I'm just, instead of quarantining where I usually stay, I'm quarantining in a hotel, and you know, just trying to do my part to slow and stop the spread of COVID-19. Because even though there are vaccines, you guys already know, you need to keep the social distance happening. So nice, Cash. Shout out to you, player. Shout out to you. Yeah, obviously there's been a lot going on in the last couple of days with
Here it
respect
comes.
to the Flash film, with respect to the statement I put out today, and then counter statements coming out on the other side. And I wanted to just let you all know that my saving graces in this entire process have been my ability to speak to you all directly, my ability to go ahead and hopefully make things make sense in a way that, insofar as like how these things sort of happen and get made in the movie business. And just to keep you posted, like those are the saving graces that I think I've had here. So what I want to do is make sure I continue to do that and just let you know that the situation is still evolving, and I'm going to keep fighting the good fight. I appreciate you all standing up with me in this process, and we're going to get it done. There's a lot of old school ways that folks are really trying to cling to, I think, in this business, and there are some folks who are moving beyond what that is, but some other just kind of have to like drag them along a little bit. So I'm gonna keep on doing what I do. Shout out to you, Andrea. I see you out there. Phaedra, I see you out there too, player. But yeah, no, this isn't like new territory, any of this stuff right now. And while the opportunity for Cyborg and the Flash is something that it seems like they've decided to just take out and all of that, I was prepared to go the entire way, the distance with this, and I'm still prepared to go the absolute distance with this. So it's sad, it's unfortunate, but it's not completely unexpected, if that makes sense. So there are still a lot of conversations to be had, and there are a lot of details, even in what I was able to describe yesterday. There are a lot of details that I've yet to go ahead and talk about. And when I can, and I find the right sort of format to do that in, I will definitely keep you posted. So, there's just what has been my objective during this process is just to make sure that by me relaying the information that I can, that I don't end up compromising any of the folks that have volunteered that information and that have volunteered to lend their voice to the Justice League investigation. And just so we're 100%, sorry, I need to have a sip of this sparkling water.
Jack and Coke?
Not normal water, sparkling water.
Drink it. It's water. And just so we are 100% clear, just in case there's any confusion whatsoever, the Justice League investigation was focused on the Justice League reshoots of 2017. Walter Hamada and his enabling and dangerous behavior happened in the summer of 2020, as I was attempting to get things geared up and get this information in the hands of the proper people, right? This would have been someone from human resources, essentially, right? So there are a lot more details about that conversation, some concerning things that it would have just convoluted the statement that I put out yesterday. But there's more to be spoken about here, and I think it's very telling that Walter Hamada has yet to come out and talk about any of these things personally. I think that is a pretty good indicator, as has been the way for a lot of these things. It's a pretty decent indicator that either they're not confident in what he has to say, or you do what folks do, which is to sort of hide behind the machine and let other people speak for you. So I have put it out there that I am willing at any point in time, any day of the week, twice on Sunday, to take a polygraph test to support any of the things that I've said about the conversation that Walter Hamada and I had. And I know for a fact Walter would never be willing to do the same. Ever. So we're going to keep pushing. And I'm going to keep trying to keep you guys posted. You know, there's not too much else I can offer you right now. The one thing I will say is just, you know, I'm sure people at this point in time just know sort of how the Hollywood trade system works and all of that. But just watching how people frame and phrase certain things is very interesting. And I take a great deal of, what's the word? I just find it really funny, just like how it all sort of like transpires and how it all comes out. And I know, you know, it could potentially be detrimental to me, right? The things that are being said, but what has really sort of emboldened me was the very first hit piece that was put out on me in September 4th, 2020, and the lies that were contributed to that by Walter and Warner Brothers Pictures. And so if they could not, at that moment, sort of do away with the Justice League investigation and do away and, you know, bury me with whatever they wanted to say, that is sort of like, that only like fueled me to go, you know what, it's fine. I can deal with the trades. I can deal with the nonsense that's being said, because at this point now, people have to know with all the like crazy stuff that has been put out there, from like fake Frosty the Snowman news to just whatever counter sort of statements people want to make with regard to like what I tweet and all of that. Like it's pretty silly. But I forgot where I was going with that thought. Oh yeah, it truly doesn't really bother me. The one thing that I want to make sure that it does not do is deter other people who may be thinking about speaking up or speaking out about these kinds of things. I don't want it to deter those people from doing that, because that would actually be like one of the saddest things, right? Like I'm fine to take the hit for whatever this is, and I've been fine to do that since the beginning. You know, let people know it's not a. I'd rather not be doing this stuff than to do it in the way that that some of these folks would have it be done, right? And clearly there are other projects that are meaningful, and there are other people in this business who don't share those sort of negative traits and values that are willing to say, hey, you know, come on down, right? So, yeah, what I don't want it to do is I don't want that to deter anyone. What hopefully it will do, what it will do, instead of being a cautionary tale for folks who would think about speaking up, I think I'd much rather it serve as a cautionary tale for people that would end up coming into contact with those who are currently engaging in the kind of activity that is seeking to sort of bury me in this situation and all of that, right? And, you know, for what it's worth, we got a very, very awesome movie coming out in a month and a half. And regardless of what ends up happening with my involvement in DC, you know, I'm going to support that film no matter what. And just in case you guys are wondering what film that is Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, it's very strange. It's very ironic in a certain way that in Walter essentially trying to quote unquote move beyond Zack Snyder's Justice League and to sort of try to dissuade me from talking about all the stuff with Joss and Jeff and John Berg because of its association to Zack Snyder's Justice League. By him attempting to sort of quash it, he got himself involved in a much deeper way than he probably anticipated. And when he caught himself sticking his foot in his mouth with how he was handling it, you know, that's when we see the sort of panic, right, that comes about, because he knew at that point he was in it, and there was no version of this wherein Walter Hamada was not getting brought up, you know, and that was evident from what I had posted about him this past summer, which prompted the hit piece, because it's that kind of behavior, especially when you know stuff went down, which Walter absolutely did. And this is one of the weird things is that people have been trying to spin this crazy narrative that because Walter didn't work on Justice League, that he knew nothing about it, which is very silly. Like that is one of the silliest narratives I think that one could try to spin, and it's one that's been out there constantly with the trades. Because of Walter working with Jeff and Walter working with Toby Emmerich, who obviously were both there and both very well aware of what was going down. It would be foolish, and it's actually disrespectful, I think, to people's intelligence to think that they would not put it together that this person stepping in would not be told about, the current people and properties and the experiences that were had.
Exactly.
And that's it. Anywho, I'm getting tangential. But it's very interesting. We'll see how some of this stuff shakes out in the next little bit. I'm still having conversations with Warner Media about trying to get some sort of clear resolution to all of this stuff. And I'll keep you posted one way or another. We're going to keep moving. You cannot, please, you cannot let any of this stuff get you down. Because I generally don't get mad. I get more motivated, right? Even if that's to go, all right, let's go the other way with it, right? So big ups to you all. And thank you for supporting. Thank you for staying aware, staying focused, because there are clearly much more important things in our world than superhero films, right? Obviously everything going on with politics and coronavirus and all that. But I think the way that people are treated in their workplace is something that is universal, right? This is not an issue specific to these films. I've had terrible jobs in my life. I've had terrible management in my life. And, I think most people that have had jobs will probably have an experience like that. So I appreciate the support, because I wouldn't stand for this kind of stuff at any job that I've ever worked. And the same is true here. Like, it just wouldn't, I'm not going to stand around and just let that stuff fly. So, anywho, we're going to keep it moving. And, we're going to keep fighting the good fight. And I'll keep you guys well aware. I don't really have too much else to say besides that. We had some filming today. That was cool. Dr. Minda, good to see you. I know it's been a while since we've been here on our live for 5, and right now we're currently clocking in at, can't really tell how much time we have on here, but wait, there are questions here. What is it? Oh, I've never seen this feature.
He's learning about Instagram.
What is that? Do I watch soccer? I don't actually, but I have a lot of friends that do over in the UK. And I don't think I have too many friends here in the US that watch soccer. I'm not sure if it's as big of a thing. Okay, see, this is how you're doing here.
Yeah, he's not
Love
much of a
Nikki, shout out to you. For those of you who have been following my Twitch, just so you all know, I have not deactivated it, but I have taken away the affiliate status. So that way, like the Twitch account, you don't really have to do anything or subscribe to anything, So, Fatal J Show, trust me, bro, other people want to say what you're saying. Keep going, bro. I appreciate that, Fatal J. Shout out to you. Thank you. And, we're going to keep moving.
Fatal's next video.
There you go.
Since July 1st, 2020.
have his face on it.
He's going to post a thumbnail right now.
Not
He's like,
started to not finish it in some way, shape, or form.
He hit the lottery.
Try as they will, try as they might. It's like I've got Twitter's only one swipe away on my screen. So, but just know that, this has been just a really crazy process. And while it is one that I don't think anyone should ever have to go through, I'm glad that folks can actually see on the other side, what all of this is about, right? And that's something that social media has just allowed us to do in a much different way, because, I've never had a publicist. I've never hired a publicist. I've worked with one once in order to get in contact with some folks at Forbes. It's interesting, PR and the sort of more traditional way of doing this stuff is pretty wild. I still haven't grasped it. It's literally me on my phone, and what we get is what we get. You know, I don't really subscribe to too much of the other nonsense, right? And so for what it is, being able to just be a dude using Twitter and, you know, actually getting stuff done as a result of it, like I'm grateful for it, even though I'm not the biggest fan of social media. Definitely grateful for it. So what does this say? How will Zack Snyder's Justice League? I actually don't know. I haven't seen it. I was in it, but I have not seen it. Zach won't let me see it. Nobody will let me see it. I gotta watch it. I gotta subscribe to HBO Max, pay my money just like everybody else. But I'm hoping that it's gonna be awesome. If it's anything like the still shots we've been seeing, or anything like the 2 trailers that ended up coming out, then I'm good. Like, come hell or high water, I'll be fine to walk off or Borg off into the sunset, fly off, jetpack off into the sunset. Whatever.
That's the new shirt idea. Borg off.
Borg
Who's
off.
my favorite NFL team? That would have to be the Philadelphia Eagles. Ooh. It would have to be. Carolyn, what's up? I see you out there. What up, Rachel? All right, Ray, what it do?
Rachel.
Mine would be the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm from South Jersey originally, and so we don't have a team, football team in New Jersey. It just goes to show you how much I know about football. But down in South Jersey, we're Eagles. Mid Jersey and going into like North Jersey, New York, it's all is it Jets or Giants? One of the two. I don't even know. Simcheck, what it do, player? Shout out to you. I don't know what this one is. You speak like a leader. Ray for president. I can't even really like take care of my own like living space, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying so. Probably not president, but if I could help in some way, shape, or form, like I certainly will. Let's see. Can I do a backflip on live? Definitely not. I can't do a backflip off live, let alone on live. But I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Backflip, bro.
The requests people get are, man.
Also, this is interesting. This is the first time I've ever
by the way.
gotten questions on here. Let's see. If Zach calls me for a sequel, would I answer the call? I'd definitely pick up the phone. There's no way I wouldn't pick up the phone. That's crazy. Yeah, even if he just called me to say what's up, the phone's getting picked up.
Workout regimen? That's the question.
He can be like, yeah, I'm gonna do a Dawn of the Dead 2. I want you to play a zombie. I'd be like, yeah, just put me like way in the back. Like, I'm fine with that.
Have you met Andy Mushi?
Will I stream anytime soon? Probably not. I actually don't have my streaming equipment here with me in Mississippi. But I still do have like my PlayStation and stuff. So maybe there's a way I can stream without, I don't have like a mic or anything. So, you know.
Everyone's going to send their instructions now.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
Do I plan to come to Atlanta anytime soon? I don't plan on it. I've only been to Atlanta twice, and only in the airport. I've never really been outside of it. And so it's been, what? I mean, like 7 years since I've been like kind of flying regularly. And yeah, no, I haven't really set foot outside of the airport over there. But hopefully, once all this pandemic stuff calms down, once we get all these vaccines distributed.
Oh no, Anthony's computer's freezing up.
He's frozen. Look at Andy can't move. Andy! No!
Today.
Oh
no.
But,
I
come
want to
back.
thank
It's come
you
back
again and just let you know that we're still in this thing.
What was that?
And I will keep you guys posted. Thank you again for everything you're doing to slow and stop the spread of COVID-19. Thank you for doing everything you're doing to help fight for those around you who may not be able to speak up for themselves. Thank you for being you. That's it. Until next time, my friends. Peace. You know. You already know.
Let's go!
Perfect fucking
Wow.
There you go.
That was
Man,
good.
you got like another 5 hours of content right there. Let's do it. Okay.
Impression. Dave, go.
Go. Somebody.
What?
Impressions of the fucking. What do you think?
Oh, I think you're like, I'm gonna do an impression of Ray Fisher. What?
No.
You already know.
Yeah,
You already know.
you already know. I'm like, my voice can't. Oh man, his voice is too sexy, too sexy, Ray. No.
As sexy as this.
Gamora, soldier, assassin, wanted on over a dozen counts of murder.
Okay, I'm not fucking sleeping tonight. What the hell?
I hate that video. I hate it so much.
Play it again.
No, please.
No.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Never, ever say that again.
Oh my God.
Man, she's gonna be a star. She's gonna be a star.
No.
What the fuck?
Self-love is disgusting.
Okay. So what do we take from this the live stream that he just gave us?
It's not over, man.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I took from it.
it's
The
not
investigation's not over. He's still working with Warner Media about that.
Yeah.
And there's so many people out there saying like, "Well, the investigation's over, and he hadn't come out with anything." So what's the deal? It's like, well, first off, it's not over. Like,
Yeah.
duh.
Well, that's not how that works. Like, okay, personally, I've been in that kind of situation, not his situation, but a situation where, things had to, happen legally. And it just doesn't work that way. Like, an investigation, yeah, okay, they get their information and then, okay, now we know what we're doing. No, like all that there's a long process.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't just like, say I have this evidence, you can't put that kind of stuff out there publicly.
No.
Like people are saying, he, bothers me when people are like, he just tweets things, he doesn't give any facts, he doesn't have any proof of anything. Like we were saying last night on Anthony's stream, I don't know what people expect him to like put out there in the public. That just
Do they expect him to tweet all the details on Twitter? Like
yeah,
what?
you can't
So
do
see
that.
the trades and like Dumberto and Middlefuck, they all they want you to believe that it's sort of just a pissing contest and it's a he said she said situation.
Yeah.
Where and that's they want you to sort of devalue it and defame it and sort of like just kind of lessen it to the point where it's just conjecture and it's not real. There's no legalese going on behind the scenes. They want people to believe that, and a lot of people do. They're like, he ain't said nothing real, he's just speaking off the cuff of it, and that's it, and they dismiss it and they go on, and that's what Warner and that's what DC wants to is banking on.
Yeah.
Everybody can. So do y'all think there was anything to that when he said a month and a half?
A lot of people. I was looking at Twitter. Like people are thinking now it's going to be like showing up on March 1st. No, it's not.
He was just an estimate, like a month and a half general.
Yeah.
I know people need to relax on stuff like that.
Oh, is it going bonkers on Twitter right now with that?
I saw one tweet where somebody was like, "Oh, he basically said it's on Zach's birthday." I'm like,
confirmed.
Yeah. Exclusive, guys.
Exclusive.
Oh
man, Lord.
I believe it was just a very general statement, like month and a half, vaguely, because we're like midway through January, so like a month and a half until.
So he's just saying March. He's just saying March,
right? Yeah, he's just saying March.
Exactly.
The WAP. Is that what he's trying to say? Berto, okay.
I'm gonna stick with Dumberto.
Yeah.
It's March 69th.
Joey.
Joey's on point. He's always leaving. It's coming out March.
But I mean, he did clarify the fact that, hey, look, he was told about everything that was happening behind the scenes, so he was well aware of what went down and what was happening.
The information that I was
not so innocent in all this.
Yeah. For him to know it, but also he implicated Toby, because Toby Emmerich is also fully aware when Hamada was brought in about the goings on, the happenings behind the scenes. So I mean, if these people are knowing what's going on and they're not doing anything about it, I mean, I don't know if Toby did anything or I don't know when he was made aware, but apparently it was before Hamada took over.
What the fuck?
March 32nd.
Yeah, no, But basically, we just watched Ray's live stream, J Ray, and he dropped a few things.
It's not over.
Yeah, basically not over. And he kind of, if you were worried after last night's happenings, he kind of, which he can do that anyway because his voice is that calming. So it doesn't matter.
You already know. It's not over. You already know.
Yeah, he's like, I'm about to blow everybody up. And you're like, okay, cool, we're good, okay.
He could have talked about making a fucking peanut butter sandwich and it would have been fucking.
You see, you take the bread,
I'd listen to that.
You get the peanut butter and the jelly, you put it together,
You already know.
Right now, Fatal J's like, he just.
Oh, dude, Fatal J's done.
He just called me out. He called me out.
Dead.
He's like, oh, Abu Nas, did you just hear what happened?
Well, Fatal J is like, I quit my job. I'm doing this from now on.
Yeah, there it is. That's my calling. That was my moment.
Shit.
That was
awesome for him, though.
That's the 15 seconds of fame. Oh, no, I'm joking. That's awesome. It's awesome to be called out. It's awesome to be called out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
Allie, what do you think about the live stream?
He's just always like, I don't understand people. He's so genuine. Like, he's super humble. Every time he comes out and talks about something like this, like, people have to understand it's not easy to put something out there like this publicly. You know what I mean? Like, he just because he's not giving specific details about his exact experiences, that's not an easy thing to do. And people are completely missing the point of, like, this is why a lot of people that encounter certain situations that are like, abusive or, just whatever happened, any kind of situation related to that where legal things have to get involved or whatever, speaking out against someone. This is why people are afraid, because they immediately get like, no, you're lying. That's not true. There's doubt, and like for him to just consistently just be like, no, I'm not going to stop with what I'm doing. I don't care if it costs me a role. I don't care. Like, I'm sure, people expect to have doubt cast and things like that. And this is why he's saying, like, I want people to feel like they can speak to the investigators. Like, you want them to feel safe in that environment, because it is scary. Even if you're not in the public eye, people immediately cast out, like, oh, no, these people are in executive positions. They're talented. It doesn't matter. That kind of stuff can happen in any situation, any work environment, any, industry. So I think just, for him to be positive minded the way he is, I'm sure he has, it's a challenging situation, but he always, he just, I don't know. I like listening to him talk about it because he has a positive attitude. Like you guys say, he's super calm and he's not afraid to call these people out.
Yeah.
I like the whole polygraph thing. The fact that he throws that out there, like, I'll strap my ass to that thing. Walter Hamada will not, and I'm like, he will not.
But then you got the people that think, like, polygraphs aren't 100% accurate. Like, they're just gonna, like, totally jump on that.
Of course they will. Accurate.
Give them some truth serum.
Yeah, truth serum. Well, that he said,
lasso of truth.
The lasso of truth,
and like Dave was saying too. I mean, he said that he, Hamada won't. Instead, what he'll do is he'll hide behind the machine that is, letting someone else talk for him.
Yeah.
And he also did say that basically he put himself in the situation. Hamada did. I mean, he created, like, he was essentially almost free of it to a certain extent, but now he's implicated himself so heavily into this investigation, and now he's become
himself to it.
He's become the spotlight when really he had an opportunity to actually stay out of this investigation for the most part publicly.
Had he just done his
implicated
job,
himself?
He just done his job, up to took it through the chain of command, let them handle it. He'd still have his job. Raid still have that, and they wouldn't have this discourse, and the Flash movie would be on court.
Yeah,
that's it. That's your trailer right there.
There's your trailer right there.
What you eating, man?
I got some Freddy's.
Oh man,
what's Freddy's?
Yeah,
you don't have a Freddy's?
No, not in Northern California. Or if they do, I don't know about it.
It's chocolate and it's Oreo, and it's his.
Oh, they have delicious desserts.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you guys, man, before we're approaching this 2-hour mark, see.
What are we talking about? Man, Ray just dropped a gold mine. Let's talk about this.
Go ahead. I want to hear everything you got to say.
Well, another thing you talked about too is like about preventing other people from speaking out. You know, he mentioned that a little bit. How and you know that could be an extra that was part of the reshoots, all the way up to that could be Ben Affleck. You know, for all we know, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes from all that because, like I said, there's no way that Ezra Miller just goes, "Oh, sorry, man, you're not going to be in the movie. See ya. Hopefully everything works out with that, whatever you're working on."
Right.
You know, he's not going to do that. He's going to probably fight for Ray to be in the movie. Yeah. And the optics.
Because I mean, they got full. I mean, you got Ben Affleck that's going to be in the movie. Michael Keaton has no connection to this, so it's not going to affect him. But I mean, you've got the girl, what's her name, Kiersey, that's playing
Iris.
And she stood up. She was like, "I stand with Ray Fisher." Well, we're going to see for the Flash movie if she's going to say, "Hey, if he ain't in it, I'm not in it."
Yeah.
I mean, Iris West can't have a Flash movie without Iris West.
No.
And if you do, then I probably won't want to see it. But yeah, I mean the same thing with Ray, man. I mean, I think that that like Dave was saying, Ben, Ezra, Kiersey, they all need to come out in support of this and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be in this movie if he's not in the movie. Treat him right. Don't kick him to the curb. Untether Walter Hamada's financial gain from this movie. And do like you're doing with Jeff Johns, another DC president that didn't do his job, and untether these people, and so they make no money off the intellectual properties or producing rights or anything that that any monetary advantage that they have. Take them out and say, hey, find another job.
It also makes me wonder. Someone brought this up right after you guys left my stream. They brought it up in the chat, like. Gal Gadot, she didn't give any details, but she said that, she had complaints and they were taken care of. So I wonder what was the difference. Maybe they weren't as...
The difference is that Gal Gadot had made them tons of money and Ray Fisher hadn't proved himself in that way yet. That's the big thing.
It's the status.
I just wonder what,
Like, they didn't want to piss off their golden woman. They didn't want to piss her off with Ray Fisher. They're like, oh, you haven't done anything for us, so, like, your complaints don't matter.
Yeah.
Basically,
we'll fight back against you, but if Gal speaks out, they're like, "Yeah, you got it. Whatever. Yeah, you want him fired? He's gone."
Well, she also spoke out against what's that? A Brett Ratner?
Yes.
Was it? But she also said she had an experience with Whedon too.
Yeah, that it was handled and was taken care of. So I wonder, I don't know. I mean, besides, I don't know if it also, if it was part of the, she didn't want to do the scene with Flash and stuff like that falling on her, but there could have been other stuff.
Yes, I love this comment. Ryan reminds me of Luke Wilson and Christian Bale fused together.
Wow,
that's too much of a compliment.
It really is.
Ciao, baby.
Wow.
Wow.
Just to come in black.
But I also heard he had some dealings with ScarJo, Joss Whedon did, and his wife came out, and said,
Did we forget about that?
No,
that
he's a douche.
Like I saw on Facebook earlier today, I think it was Enosh who was putting out a post about the whole Ray Fisher situation, and someone commented saying, "Is this the first time Joss ever done something like this?" I was like, "Oh man,
there's so many people that have a Whedon.
Where have you been?"
Yeah. Like, read up on some Whedon stuff and then come back and see what you have to say.
If they get rid of, or let's say, if for some reason, let's say if Kirstie Clemons steps out and says, hey, if he's not in this movie, I'm not going to be in this movie. And they let her walk, and let's say another actor connected to the movie leaves as well, it's going to be a train wreck of a movie.
It won't even happen at that point.
It won't even happen. Yeah. I mean, unless he says, "Oh, we're just going to recast those characters," and at that point, then you've already set yourself up.
That would just prove how stupid they would be if they were to do that.
Yeah, they bring Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, no. Katie Holmes. This is the new Iris West.
Get used.
No.
They ask you how.
No. Yeah, Maggie.
Or what's that girl who played Lois Lane in Superman Returns? Oh, Kate Bosworth.
Kate
Oh my
Bosworth.
god, I hate that she was cast as Lois. It still bothers me.
Should have been Carrie Russell the whole way through.
It's not a. That's a better choice. Yeah.
That's a way better choice.
Yeah.
I
Good
don't
take
know why,
Ryan.
but I
Good
just-
take Ryan.
bothers me so bad that she was
Good
Lois
take.
that movie.
I refuse to move forward without Cyborg.
Yeah, so let me ask you guys: if you think that Ezra and Ray were tight enough during the production of Justice League that if
They look
Ray's
tight.
not, no, they did, but I'm saying, do you think that it's tight enough to where Ezra might walk away if they?
That Nickatina, get your head out of the gutter.
What did he say? What?
He was laughing when I said not that tight.
Okay, well, I think you're putting words in my mouth now.
Oh,
I don't know
hey,
what
hey,
you're talking
come on.
about.
Let's get your head out of
Word.
the
Okay, so, but no, I think that if Ezra walks, then obviously there's two choices. One is they stop the project altogether, or as three, there's that they stop it, they recast him, which would be the worst thing ever.
So dumb.
Or they just what's that?
Samuel Jackson is the Flash.
Samuel Jackson as the Flash. No, that's
He
Cyborg.
can't play them all. This shit.
Okay, well, Nick Cage.
Speed Force.
Oh,
gosh.
Okay,
No.
there it goes.
No.
Gotta get back to the Speed Force.
Yeah. Come on, T-Verse. Come on.
Not cool. Not cool.
Yeah.
That's my favorite phrase in it.
He does that face that he makes in Face Off. Like,
Not cool.
And he points at the Speed Force like in Ghost Rider.
Oh God. Man,
I'm going to use this power.
one of my biggest questions about Ghost Rider is like, remember how jacked he got? And I'm like,
yeah,
dude, you play a skeleton. Why'd you get all jacked? Does that make any sense, man?
I'm pretty sure those abs are
Jacket on.
CGI. I'm pretty sure those abs are CGI.
You're like, I remember the behind the scenes. It was like, oh yeah, we all. I figure like superheroes need to be in a certain shape. I'm like, dude, you're playing a fucking skeleton, man. You don't need to be in shape like that.
You just need to be skinny.
But he had
to play Superman, and I needed to be
my body. No, but it was just like I think he wanted to have that scene where he's walking around in a towel and he's all oiled up and stuff and everything. So he wanted to have that moment where
Ben Affleck's gonna have a booty scene as Batman.
Yeah. I gotta have my scene too. And I'm like, I'm all Nick, I can't stop staring at your hairpiece. All right. I mean, that's what's distracting. That is not your real hair.
Nick Cage look in the mirror like, I gotta have a one last sexy moment before
National
I get old.
Treasure 2. That was the worst hairpiece I've ever seen.
God.
But you know what? Like if you watch the history of swear words, his hairpiece now, it's good. Or either that, or maybe he got plugs or something. But I'm like, all right, it's working for it. I mean, it's dyed. It's dyed to shit. It's like, his beard, everything is dyed super like, hey.
Oh yeah.
But still, it's fine. I was just happy that not Nicolas Cage, but John Travolta finally said, all right, nobody's believing this shit anymore. I'm going to shave my head.
Save it off.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, we knew you were wearing a piece for like the last 15 years, dude. It's too perfect.
And also he was almost Superman too. John Travolta.
No way.
Yeah. When Chris was up for the part, they were also looking at John Travolta.
Oh yeah, back
Oh
then.
gosh.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
He could have been Superman.
Face off against Lex Luthor. I got chills.
One of my favorite movies. Don't hate.
I'm not hating.
Great
I'm just
movie.
saying,
That's a
like,
great movie.
seeing him as Superman would just be wrong.
No, it doesn't matter.
What you talking about, girl? I'm from Krypton.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I knew that.
It's cool, baby.
Go Superman Lightning. Go Superman Lightning.
Hey, Lois.
What the
What's going
fuck?
on, girl?
No, it wouldn't
Joe
make
is
sense.
tripping. Welcome to the cage with Nicolas Cage. We're gonna have a threesome with the Declaration of.
Well, you gotta say like Nick Cage. Welcome to the cage with Nicolas Cage. We're gonna have a threesome with Declaration of Independence.
Man, you're gonna clip that, aren't you, Fatal? You gotta clip it.
You gotta clip it. You gotta clip it.
Fatal J says y'all BS and no, he didn't.
You
he
didn't
did.
see it?
You didn't see him shout you out.
Shame, homie. Shame.
Fatal J, he called
You just want to talk about it. You just want us to bring it up. Yeah,
he
he
did.
man. It was awesome.
Apparently, Jay didn't see it. I don't know. Unless he's fucking with us.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
he's freaking out.
His internet probably went out on him.
He's like, he's not gonna go look.
Or
But
what?
his lives when they're he's gonna be watching this shit. The live videos disappear from Instagram once they're done, right?
No, they last for a little bit, like a day.
Oh,
You better hurry, because
You
Go back and clip that, man.
one.
yeah,
You better charge him. You better charge him for using your footage.
Yes.
If he uses
I take
this.
PayPal, take all.
Yeah, exactly. Have them
Venmo,
know you a couple bucks.
He has to order a shirt from you.
Yeah, dude, the Teespring. Hit the Teespring up, and we'll.
He's like futile J. No, fatal J. Okay, I read that.
Futile J.
What's up, JN?
Farrah.
Fatal got the shout out I didn't even know.
But didn't he? I mean, he kind of said like when he dropped the comment, it seemed pretty close together. Wasn't like super behind.
Well,
was
there's a lot of comments, and so
Oh,
like
I
he
know,
probably
but-
left it and then left, and
It seemed like he just maybe he dropped the comment and bounced, but
yeah.
Fatal could have been at work, or he could have been in the car. Who knows? You know,
What is
no,
this?
you're all passed out right now.
he doesn't just live in his studio. You know,
He clicked back to his OnlyFans. You know.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is where here you go. I'm gonna go back to OnlyFans.
What the hell's going?
That's where the real money's at.
I'm glad that you're here.
Back like I left something.
Yeah, back like I left you. Yeah, you told me something. You left Ray's comment. Yeah, in the other video.
it's your boy Fatal J. Act like I left something.
Oh my goodness.
This is Fatal right now. Listening to Ray.
Oh, so you wrote "Ho" for show.
Yeah, I remember that girl. She was a hoe. For show.
No, that's Dawson saying that, but that's Fatal in the background going,
okay. Oh, so let's.
Kevin Hart is cyborg. Okay.
Oh my God, no, thank you.
Yeah, dude. We got us. Y'all are tripping in the chat now. We're wearing the same
We're all wearing the same shirt.
Yeah,
Look at that. Oh.
It's called coordination.
yeah. I mean, after this, we're gonna do a quartet.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Dave's is stuck in the mail, and Allie's is in the mail too.
Yeah. Our shirts didn't arrive.
So lack of coordination, actually.
Yeah. To be honest.
Oh yeah, look, he's saying to buy Zeeverfett more subs because recently, Dave, I don't know if you saw it or not, but Ryan posted a short clip video where he had 2 million subs.
I know.
Well, I was like, whoa, wait,
Glitch of the century.
Pump the brakes.
Hey, and I thank every single one of them.
Did that? I want to thank all my subs.
You wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't thank all their subs? Come on, man, you're a douche, Nickatina. If you're gonna do that.
It was funny that I didn't point out. And I told him later on, I was going to go, dude. I was going to point out the fact that you had 2 million subs, but you only had 432 views.
That's what I was going to say too. Like, wait a minute.
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
Yes.
Yeah, that algorithm is going. It's against me.
Yeah,
This Ryan.
Like,
This
they're all old
populating.
subs that I had
So
from years ago.
As soon as I saw it, I knew that it was. It's like, what happened?
But he said it was. You said it was a glitch, right?
Yeah, I was on my my daughter's iPad, and she wanted to check out one of my older videos, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I look at it, and I was like, wow, that one has 2 million views. And I looked at it, I was like, no, that's just subscribers. So I was like, nobody's gonna believe if I take a screenshot. So I grabbed my phone, I took a video, and I was like, what?
I was wondering what was going on. I was like, is that for real?
I was sitting here thinking Ryan edited it himself, and I was like, wow, dude.
No, that's too much work for something like that. I was just like, it was a glitch. It was in my favor, and I was like, who wouldn't do this shit?
Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
So,
I was like,
yeah,
something's afoot.
Fatal called me out.
Strange things are afoot at the store.
Oh yeah. I was like, yo.
That man should be arrested immediately.
That's exactly what I thought. So, yo, he's out here purchasing the subscribers and shit.
Yeah. From India. That's what he said. He said that I was on the phone with India, which is 40 subs, but it gave me 2. I was like, I can't understand. 2 million. There you go.
$5? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Office Space, you know, we're taking pennies on the dollar. And all they have like all this money in the account. Oh shit.
Like Richard Pryor, Superman 3. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Wasn't he considered at one point? Nah, or maybe people
Alan
fan
Richardson?
cast him. Yeah,
Probably.
I think people fan casted him for a bit.
Yeah.
I can
Forgot-
see it. I can see it.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
I mean, this day and age, as long as the person kind of looks like what you think a certain character would look like, they can. I mean, look at just what Zachary Levi. Dude is not that buff at all. It looks so weird how like he's so swole.
His
in
neck
the
is
suit.
like this, and his suit's just like.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
dude
so.
is like super thick off his chest. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, come on, man. It's like he's like the Michelin Man.
I mean, at least go to the gym with Henry. You know, I mean,
It's
at least
almost as
go
bad.
act like him. You know,
It's almost as bad as how Ben Affleck looked in that scene with Diana when she had to like knock his shoulder back in place. I was like,
God.
oh, that's not a good look, dude. It's not. That's like if I put on that shirt, it'd be like
The worst dialogue of that movie was that scene. I can barely do it now, but Steppenwolf, this is the job. I was like, what does that even mean?
Oh my god! I can't even quote that movie because I haven't seen it in like 2 years.
Whatever.
I unfortunately have a really good memory with movie quotes, even movies that I hate.
Oh no, I plan on watching it before Zack Snyder's Justice League come
Yeah.
out, just to fucking torture myself, and just to make Zack Snyder's Justice League a lot better, of course. Even
Oh,
though
I know.
This statement here. You keep waiting to make the movie. All right, kid's gonna have a fucking mustache and a gold.
Yeah,
I know.
Girl.
Like, yeah.
No, his voice is gonna crack.
Yeah. It's just gonna be.
Yeah, those kids are all like 17 now. They're like, hey,
it's gonna be like
Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Dude,
Stranger
what are you
Things.
doing with these?
They grew real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens every time though. Yeah,
like weeds.
Yeah.
like weed.
Children are like weeds. Wow.
Going out. Another one grows in place. I had to complete the line, Joe. I had to. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Hope it's like a what?
Yeah.
Hope it's like your car keys.
Something is. Oh, dude. You're right, Barcy. Every line, or where's she at? Oh yeah, every line in the movie is like a terrible fucking. Let's go.
Like that's iffy. What are you talking about?
Hey! I got this. All right, I got this shit.
I remember.
Off the wheel.
I can handle the fucking show.
I remember when people laughed at that line, like, "Oh, something's definitely bleeding," and it's just like I remember the second time I was like, because the first time I saw it in a different setting, and the second time when the whole theater started laughing, I was like, okay, that's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
It's not good.
I met him before. He is cool as fuck. He danced with my wife.
What the hell?
Are you waiting till now to tell us?
Yeah, Anthony was like, "Here."
Yeah, I went to
my wife.
Dragon Con in Atlanta. Dragon Con in Atlanta.
We came all the way here to see you. I don't want your autograph. Dance with my
Dance
wife.
with my wife on the paper. I don't know if I want to do that.
It's like the other guys. You come back here. It's like 12 miles.
Gun, you know, it's like do it. Okay, yeah, you got it. Yeah. Tango.
You get back here and dance with my wife.
Yeah, you get back here.
Hey, what the fuck?
Slow dance. Like you're 15.
Before you finish, I want you to say, "Oh, what a lovely tea party."
Oh. And it comes back around.
Awesome. Well, Dave, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. This was awesome,
man. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Allie, as well, for coming on.
Yes.
And thank you, Ray Fisher, for giving us all that great content.
That was awesome. That was money.
I thought you were gonna think of her coming on. I'm like, yeah, just play it off like that.
That live stream was on our broadcast.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, see here you motherfuckers go. So you talking shit. See that right there?
We believed you. We're just making fun of the situation.
You had Zach's shirt on. You should have been like, "You believe in the Snyder Cut?" Oh
boy.
Did you meet him though, Nickatina? Have you met him? Okay.
Who?
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Yeah, Nickatina, bastard.
I should have met Zachary Levi.
Oh shit.
Dave lives in LA.
Hey, when I see him again, I'm gonna make him dance with you.
Make him
Dance with my other wife, Nickatina.
Like this.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Oh man.
I love that. That's so
Shit, Dave, man, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me on the Film Junkie channel. You can find me at Dave E. Pena on Twitter, 2 E's right there, and Junkie Film on Instagram, and my OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, you can find me on all that stuff. And yeah, like I said, Vodka Stream usually happens every Friday, and you'll probably see these guys file in and out. And there I'll have some of you guys on, of course. I've already had Anthony on. I've had Nickatina on, and then the rest of you, well, you're shit out of luck. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you didn't make the grade. You didn't make the grade.
I kind of figured, so it's okay.
No. We'll get you guys in there. That's what I like about that panel, is just bringing people in there and everything. So,
yeah.
But yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, it was great to have you, man.
Allie, where can they find you?
Twitter at SuperHighBC, and my YouTube is also Super High. That's where you can find me.
All right, the rest of these guys you don't even need to know. Peace out.
Please, my intro.
That's just an insult to the Four Nerds show.
No way, that's premium.
So this will work better.
The Superman hip hop version.
Awesome.
All right, you can find us all. Dawson, what is it? 38, right? And then what? 38.
Don't you have the thing? It's on the screen. It's on the screen.
Oh yeah,
yeah, down there.
32.
It's right
32.
there.
Hey.
Just think Tuber for debt and you're good.
At Nimwa32 on Twitter, also on Instagram as well, and on Vero you can find him at Dawson Weidrich, and he goes by his real name. I don't know why. You can follow.
Verified.
Oh no! Just do it now. Just do it now.
No, hell no,
we can't get this one demonetized.
You can find Anthony on Twitter at 229 ACS.
Oh, what?
It's on the screen. Printed 229 ACS. And
I need it.
And yeah.
I need to did I stutter? Yes, because that was.
Did I stutter?
And guys, I'd like to thank my 2 million subscribers.
Once again, Dave, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you coming on for us. Allie, it's always a pleasure. Look forward to this happening
again. Take a hot
again.
shower, yay!
Yeah. Oh, finally, is he done?
Yeah, he's done. No, he's done.
Oh, nice.
He's just standing there watching you, like,
he's like, yo, he's eating like a sandwich.
Yeah.
That
he paid him with Venmo during the show. Just like, there you go.
He's like, yeah, super
chats,
chats.
like running down his shirt and everything.
Oh yeah. No, my landlord, she'll take care of it. Yeah.
Oh,
did you just find this?
You can see yourself out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are 4 Nerds. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.